8:21 with the 6 o'clock news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
Chipped windscreen? Complete Windscreens can repair it from just $99. Look for the big red koala.
Australia's energy regulators ramping up calls for a swift transition to renewables, warning all coal power stations could shut down within 15 years. More from Zach De Silva.
The energy market operator says billions of dollars in extra spending is needed to help keep the lights on as we shift away from fossil fuels. The government agency has released its draft plan for our electricity supply over the next few decades. It says the country's coal power stations will likely shut down 5 years earlier than previously forecast, leaving a 21 gigawatt-sized hole in the grid. To tackle the issue, AEMO says renewable energy production needs to triple by 2030. It's also predicting a crucial role for gas over decades to come.
2 teenage boys faced court yesterday for the first time, charged with arson over a $25 million fire at the Stirling Village complex. The blaze broke out in the Woolies on October the 15th and spread to other shops in the mall. The centre's now facing demolition. The pair will remain out on bail ahead of their next appearance in January. Roads are cut in far north Queensland as ex-tropical cyclone Jasper makes its way across the region. Rainfall totals of up to 550 mils have been recorded north of Port Douglas in just 12 hours, forcing residents to evacuate. Major flood warnings are in place for the Daintree and Mossman River. A world-first cancer vaccine could be a step closer. An experimental Moderna vaccine's been found to prevent the disease from returning in melanoma patients for up to 3 years when given alongside an immunotherapy drug. The company says it has the potential to treat patients suffering from a range of cancers. The Russian president says there'll be no peace in Ukraine until Moscow's achieved its goals. In his first major news conference since Russia launched its full-scale invasion nearly 2 years ago, Vladimir Putin insisted the war was going well and there was no need to mobilise more reservists.
The stream of our men who are ready to defend the interests of the homeland with weapons in their hands is not diminishing. Altogether, there'll be just under 500,000 men by the end of this year. Why do we need a mobilisation?
Australian entertainer Barry Humphries will be farewelled at a state memorial at the Sydney Opera House later this morning. Emily Minnie reports.
Families, friends, dignitaries and fans from across Australia and the world will gather at the Sydney Opera House to celebrate the life and career of Barry Humphries. The many lives of the Australian comedy great will be on show at the service, co-hosted by the state and federal governments. Barry Humphries died in Sydney in April this year at the age of 89. TV personality Richard Wilkins will MC the memorial, which will feature tributes and performances from friends, family and entertainment figures.
And 2 cars have been given 0 stars for safety. The Australasian New Car Assessment Program crash tested the latest Mahindra Scorpio and the MG5, giving them no stars at all. Both car makers say their models met Australian design rules and have vowed to revamp future versions to make them safer. Now turning to FIVEAA Sport.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Kendall. Cricket first. Dave Warner has scored a dominant 164 as Australia controlled day 1 of the first test against Pakistan in Perth, reaching 5 for 346 at stumps. Mitch Marsh and Alex Carey will return to the crease on day 2 after the tourists fought back in the final 2 sessions. Pakistan paceman Amir Jamal is optimistic.
It's been good for us. I know a couple of chances been dropped. If we could have grabbed them, we could have been on the top of the game, but I believe we are still in the game. And I think both of the bowlers are bowling well and we are planning to get them out in first hour in the morning.
Let's go to football. The AFL will change its rules so players who catch an opponent with a high bump while smothering will be suspended, and that's in response to the controversial Braden Maynard case last season. Let's go to soccer. In the A-League, Adelaide United will take on the Western Sydney Wanderers tonight as they look to bounce back from 2 straight losses. And in some basketball, Melbourne United has defeated the South East Melbourne Phoenix for the 3rd time this NBL season, winning 106-78 at John Cain Arena. The Adelaide 36ers will take on United tomorrow night. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now to the weather. Partly cloudy and 21 today, more of the same tomorrow. Sunny on Sunday up to 29, then a possible shower Monday, 34. At the moment, 13. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Ruby has worked hard this year at school, but poverty has caused her to fall behind. It's time to give Ruby the support all children need. Change the life of a child this Christmas. Donate to the Smith family today.
Jarvis Toyota is on the move to a brand new showroom on Brighton Road, Somerton Park. Take advantage of their demolition sale now on. Everything must go across the new and certified pre-owned range. Discover demolition savings on Toyota Corolla, Yaris, Kluger, Hilux, Prado, Land Cruiser and more. Hurry, last days. Demolition sale savings across the entire new and certified pre-owned range now at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. Proudly celebrating 22 years of great deals.
Beat the heat with great deals on air conditioners now at Harvey Norman. Need to cool a small room? Grab a Rinnai reverse cycle split system from only $779. Energy efficient Mitsubishi electric 3.5 kilowatt reverse cycle split system, great price, $1,299. Or perfect for big spaces, Fujitsu 7.1 kilowatt split system, great value, $2,199. Head in store for more great deals on air conditioners and ask our friendly staff about installation options. Beat the heat now at Harvey Norman.
Want to turn your Flybuys points into dollars this Christmas? You can take $10 off for every 2,000 points you redeem. That's great value, hands down, at Coles. Minimum spend $10, limits, exclusions and T's and C's apply.
Good pals are hard to find, but at Parafield Airport Liquor Store, hard to find is our specialty. Whether you're after old reliable pals or want some new pals, Sam, Jamie and the team know just the pals for you. They've made pals with over 200 gins, over 300 craft beers, over 500 whiskies from around the world, and over 2,000 wines. Parafield Airport Liquor Store, Pals, open till late 7 days, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA's Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
6:07, good morning to you. We are down here at the Adelaide Central Market. I'm going to say a premature Merry Christmas to everyone here at the Central Markets. They're in for a busy, bustling day here. We're just getting started. Atlas Continental Cafe has just opened. Come on down and come and see us, get a coffee. Markets are open officially from 7 a.m. today. Regular trading hours all this weekend before the Christmas hours kick in. We'll go through those shortly. But David Penberthy, good morning to you on your last show of the year.
Good morning, Luce. Good morning, listeners. Great to be here at the Adelaide Central Market. It's easily my favourite food place in South Australia. It's nothing like it anywhere else in Australia. They've got a nice little market in Prahran in Melbourne that's sort of boutique and tiny. Few good continental shops there from memory. But Sydney's got its fish markets in Pyrmont, which are sensational, but seafood focused. There's a really good market in Cairns. Very excitable person in the background there, starting the day, a bit like a rooster.
They're happy too.
Crowing. Good market in Cairns that sells a lot of good tropical fruit and a lot of good Asian food and islander food. But if you want to experience just absolutely the best of global cuisine in the one spot, and the best of local South Australian cuisine in the one spot, there's nothing else like it anywhere. It's actually like a market. If you pick this market up, and you're the francophile, Luce, this market could be in like Nîmes or Arles, or it could be in a French city, and everyone would think, yeah, that's what the local market is meant to look like. Don't you reckon?
Definitely. It's just incredible. I went to the Spanish markets. I don't remember their name. They paled in comparison to our central markets, but it was just, you could be anywhere. And when this place gets really busy, it does feel like you're in the middle of Europe. I mean, if you hate crowds, perhaps not the spot for you at Christmas time. But otherwise, it just adds to the atmosphere. And we're very excited to be down here this morning. If you are looking for trading hours closer to Christmas, in great news, the central markets are open on Christmas Eve. So Saturday, December 23rd and Sunday, December 24th. They are open till 3 p.m. on the 24th if you need to get in quickly, but they will be shut on Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
My tip would be don't leave it that late, folks, because it gets absolutely chaotic. as you all know, I've spent 5 years working here with the great Steph from McMahon's at the McMahon's Fruit and Veg, which is still here, still doing a roaring trade. Wonderful fruit shop at the bottom of the escalators here, that smack bang in the middle of the central market. But it's a brutal time for the stallholders, particularly the fruit and veg people, because they have to go to the produce market at Paraka. There's probably market people listening now who might have even done that drive this morning. Steph he'd go out there 2 o'clock in the morning, and then pick me up from Mum and Dad's in Mitchell Park, because I just started uni when I was working for him. I was 17, and he'd swing past at about 5, and that's not an easy task, getting me up at 5 a.m. Luce, as you well know.
Gosh.
And we'd come in here together, and we'd be so tired, we'd just sit in the truck and not talk the whole way from Mitchell Park.
That sounds pretty pleasant. That's why I get to work so early, so I can just sit in silence for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'd just have these totally silent drives in, and then it was on. Some mornings there'd be 1 tonne of watermelons that would have to move off the truck, and we'd make these human chains. An excellent way to stay fit. 5 of us would just get in the line and throw the watermelons.
So you don't need a gym after all,
league
mate?
Players. Better than working in a fruit shop in the central market, tear up your gym membership and do that instead, because you end up totally ripped.
And speaking of McMahon's, they've got cherries, new season at the moment, $24 a kilo. So
that's good.
Come down and get your Christmas cherries. Same as at Thompson's, they've also got cherries for $24 a kilo. And if you're looking for some plums, I'm a big lover of the old plum. They are $9.99 a kilo on sale at the moment.
They're good.
Plums are delicious. If you are in the market for some seafood today, Angelakis Brothers have king prawns at $42.99 a kilo, already cooked. So it's already done for you. If you want raw king prawns at Angelakis, they're $17.99 a kilo. So come on down, get your Christmas fares, grab a coffee, grab a nice latte. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today. Not quite as hot as we've had, but it's going to be a lovely, lovely day. Now, it is a Friday. It is nearing Christmas. We are at the markets, which does mean, of course, we have a seafood tray today. It is Fish Tray Friday, Seafood Tray Friday, Christmas Seafood Tray Friday, whatever you want to call it. We're giving away a seafood tray, which I think is worth $200 today.
Wow, that's good.
So it's $200 worth of seafood that could be coming your way. And we thought, what better way to sum up 2023 than for it to be our theme of the seafood tray. So we would love to know this morning, 8223 0000, what is your word to describe your 2023?
Okay. Have you got one?
Speedy.
Speedy.
I can't believe we're sitting here on the 15th of December. I don't know where the year's gone. There's been a lot happened. Not all of it good, not all of it bad, but speedy.
Yeah, speedy. I must admit, the idea that this is the last show of the year freaks me out. It's just been a blur. Although if I think back, because I think inevitably in our line of work, you sort of remember the year in story form. And I was trying to think the other day, because I was reading something about next year's Writers' Week, and I was thinking, when was that big furor over Writers' Week? Was that last year or this year? And I thought, oh no, it was this year. With the Louise Adler, the new director, and that felt like ages ago in my head.
Yep.
Yet, equally, it feels like I just sort of really came back to work from the July break, and suddenly, 6 months has gone in the blink of an eye. So yeah, speedy. That's a good one.
I mean, Blur. That's also a good one. You might have the name of someone. You might have had a grandchild or a child born or a new pet. In that vein, I could have Maisie.
Maisie the Border Collie.
Maisie the Border Collie. To sum
I don't
up.
want to be a downer. I'm going to pick a bad word for it. I think this year's largely sucked. In a local news sense, it's just been terrible. The end of the year, we had the Premier in yesterday confirming that we're going to have a Royal Commission into domestic violence on account of all those deaths the other day. Wall-to-wall coverage this week of the appalling murder of Michael Young. Needless to say, the Charlie Stevens story. It's just been. You don't want to come into work thinking, "Am I going to burst into tears today or not?" There's been far too many moments like that this year, where even the international stories, the continuing situation in Ukraine, October 7 and its aftermath, it's been ordinary. It's been an ordinary 6 months. We lost my mother-in-law 3 months ago, so we had a bit of personal drama too. So
you're going to go with sucked.
Yeah, I'm going to go, goodbye 2023 and go and get stuffed, which is the column I've written today in the paper and the sentiment I alluded to the other day, which is a bit of a downer, really, isn't it, Lisa? I shouldn't be raining on the parade like that, because I'm naturally a happy person.
That's
and I am happy right now.
Good.
But if you ask for an empirical analysis of the last few months, I'd give it about 0 out of 10, frankly.
And that is fine. Our Fish Tray Friday today, all thank you to Fair Seafood right here at the markets. You can find them at stall 12. We've got a caller on the line, Andrew in Craigmore. What's your word of your 2023?
G'day guys, it's the culture vulture of Craigmore, but I'm just going to say thank you for the great year. It's been fantastic. I got 2 words, mate. I can only describe it as confusing and madness.
Good on you, Andrew.
It's pretty accurate, actually, isn't it? Confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? What's wrong with that?
8223 0000, taking your Seafood Tray Friday calls right through till 9 a.m. Of course, you can jump on the Foodland live stream all on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. We're here. We're looking glamorous-ish for our final show.
I'm wearing a flannelette shirt I bought at Big W for $10.
Well, I'm not wearing a puffer jacket, I think is the most exciting thing. But Charlie set up a lovely...
You're wearing puffer pants, though. You look a bit like MC Hammer there, Lucy.
I put my puffer jacket on my knees.
Can't touch this.
So it's here in case. But Charlie set up a lovely, lovely setup for us down here at the market. We are right opposite Atlas Continental Cafe. Come and get your coffees, and we'll be back with some news headlines right after this.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from 2.2. The festive season is a great time of year to relax, but it's also a great time to sell your home. Buyers aren't spending their break eating Christmas pudding. With a real shortage of stock, they're trying to secure their next property. Adelaide home values remain at an all-time high, growing by more than 7% over the past year. That means there's a great opportunity to achieve a premium result for your property. If you'd like to know how much your home might be worth in today's market, visit toop.com.au.
Mate, this meat is so good. Where's it from?
Thomas Farms. It's always good.
Even the prawns? You must have gone to the markets.
Nah, Thomas Farms have everything. From seafood, chicken, lamb, even award-winning Angus beef. They have it all, and it's very reasonably priced.
Thomas Farms is owned by a South Australian farming family. They understand great food. Located at Castle Plaza, Colonnades, Cavan, West Lakes and now at Norwood Mall, The Parade. Mention this radio ad for an additional 10% off until December 31st. Thomas Farms. It's always good.
When is the best time to renovate? Right now with Bathrooms by Design. Book your renovation today, pay a deposit before the end of January and you'll receive 15% off all bathroom renovation products. That's 15% off all products for your selections for your dream bathroom. But you only have until January 31. Excludes tiles and custom glass. All tilers, plumbers, electricians and carpenters are overseen by one project manager and your selections are all under one roof. Visit bathroomsbydesignsa.com.au.
Want to end the year on a high? Grab an outstanding deal from Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. The huge end-of-year stock clearance sale is on now, and every new and demo Volkswagen is priced to clear. So, get in early and pick your dream Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. Easy. All stock is ready for immediate delivery with easy finance options available. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's end-of-year stock clearance sale. Ends soon, so hurry. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
At IGA, you'll get everything you need this Christmas. FIVEAA Rocher Gift Box 200 gram or Collection Box 172 gram, $8 each, half price. IGA, where Christmas is made special for locals. Offer ends December 19, participating IGA stores only.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
Live from Adelaide Central Markets, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast.
David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
6:19 on this Friday, the 15th of December. We will get to your news headlines very shortly. Our Fish Tray Friday today, all thanks to Fair Seafood. You can find them at stall number 12 here down at the markets. Dave from Alberton, Merry Christmas to you, mate. What is your word of 2023?
Merry Christmas to both of you, and I would say costly. Emotionally, financially, as a society, we paid a price. It's been a costly year on many fronts.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. That's a very apt term, mate. Hey, Dave, you have a good Christmas, mate. I won't get to speak to you for another 5 weeks, but we always love your contributions, and I'd say good luck football-wise next year, but you know I'll be lying.
Same. Enjoy your break, guys. Well earned. Bye.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, Dave. I'll be on air next week, Dave, so give me a buzz. I'll chat to you about whatever you want next week. 6:20, let's get to some headlines this morning. The teens charged with arson over the Sterling supermarket inferno will remain out on bail till their next court appearance in January. The pair fronted court for the first time yesterday over the $25 million fire at the Sterling Village complex in October. Of course, started in the Woolworths there. That centre is now facing demolition. A request by the defence for the pair to skip the next hearing was dismissed.
I wonder if this is going to get resolved before the school year starts, because they're only in Year 9. They've just finished year 9.
Wild, isn't it?
They're going to go into Year 10 next year. And we know the school they're at. We've never said it. I don't think we're allowed to say it, because quite rightly, being juveniles, their identities are suppressed. But it's a wild story, and we said a few weeks ago on air that their defence sounds like it's going to be they were just two kids being idiots. They've got no history of vandalism or violence, and they're stuffing around with a spray can right next to the Halloween gear, which went off like a penny bunger the moment, because you know what that stuff's all made out of.
Flammable stuff.
Yeah, but it's a hell of a mistake to have made, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There needs to be accountability for it.
There's a warning for passengers heading to airports all over Australia today. The 15th of December is expected to be the busiest day of the Christmas period. 150,000 people will be flying on Qantas and Jetstar today. It is the single biggest day of travel across the festive season. Of course, the regular advice, check in online, stay within the baggage limits, arrive 1 to 2 hours before departure for domestic flights, and 2 to 3 hours if you're heading overseas. Now, I've already spoken to my dad, who is at the Adelaide Airport. He's
today?
Currently in the air en route to Melbourne on Rex, so he's one of the flyers, and he said at 4:45 this morning, already buzzing. So if you're heading to the airport today, get there with plenty of time. You can sit and relax rather than rushing through.
Are you an early arriver, Luce, at the airport?
I am, but it's not because I worry. It's because I want to have a coffee when I'm there.
I'm a stupidly early arriver, and the thing that makes my domestic arrangement somewhat fraught is that my wife almost likes to call the Uber when they're saying the gate's about to close. Like she would get there. She's got it down to this fine art, and I'm like, so we're flying at 3:15. So I'll probably think we should get the Uber at about 12:30.
Oh my God!
And she's looking at me going, "What are you like? Are you 93 years old? Like, how long is it going to take you to get?" But I just like being there. I like to know, all right, this is the gate. Got my bottle of water.
I mean, I love the airport. Sam can attest to this. I just love being there. I took a friend there the other night who was off to Helsinki, and it was
just hanging out there.
Best Thursday evening when he was about to
what
jet
do you
off.
love about it so much?
Oh, people are coming and going, and even if I'm not, it's just the
It's a good
whole
place
atmosphere.
for people watching.
Oh, well, that's my second favourite activity after patting my dog. In other news, Australian entertainer Barry Humphries will be farewelled at a state memorial at the Sydney Opera House later this morning. TV personality Richard Wilkins will MC the service, and a message from King Charles is set to be delivered.
This is the one. Didn't the Humphrey family say they didn't want poor old Richard Wilkins there?
Yeah, they
They said he
did.
lacked gravitas or something, which is a bit nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be true, but the seemed a little bit off. We should have a proper. Weren't they going to? Wasn't the city council going to change the name of the street round the corner here near the Her Majesty's Theatre? There was a proposal to rename that little street there, which is called Pitt Street at the moment.
Yeah.
Just next to the Metro Hotel. They're going to rename it Humphreys Lane.
Happily so.
Why haven't they done that yet? Probably been too busy. Oh, I was going to say something potentially inflammatory there about the departure of the council's excellent, I mean this sincerely, excellent CEO. The IQ and professionalism of that joint has halved in the last 48 hours with her departure.
And finally, a new survey warns the majority of Australians will celebrate Christmas differently this year as the cost of living continues to bite. Nearly 60% of people will spend less on food, and a growing number of parents are concerned their children won't receive any gifts. The Salvation Army's Andrew Hill says a little can go a long way to help families in need.
We know that there are some Australians that aren't doing it tough, and there are some that are. And so those Australians that have the resources, please dig deep for those people who are just struggling with Christmas.
21 degrees, partly cloudy, so 0 to 1 mils of rain, slight chance of a shower, so it's set to be a beautiful day to pop down here to the markets. Also tomorrow, 21, partly cloudy, for 29 and sunny on Sunday, 34 possible shower on Monday, before dropping back to 22 cloudy on Tuesday.
Bit of summer at last.
Well, for 2 days.
Yeah.
29 and
Sunday,
sunny
Monday.
on Sunday.
That could be good.
You'll find me at Somerton at the beach. Time to head back to Hindmarsh Square now. Tom Wren is ready in the studio. There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth. Morning to you, Tommy.
Morning, Lucy. Morning, David. Yeah, sounds like a great day and morning down there at the market. Love the smells and the coffees and everything that's happening in the early morning at the Central Market. So I'm a bit jealous of you down there this morning, but I'm here to talk a little bit of cricket, and it was all about the first test starting yesterday, and undoubtedly the story of the day was this man bringing up triple figures.
Well, this man, he writes his own scripts. If you knock him, he'll punch right back. Davey Warner at his belligerent best. Another Test match 100 to savour in his farewell Test series.
So that audio there, thanks to Fox, Ishigua, the great voice, doing the work there on commentary. Dave Warner, 26th Test ton. I mean, look, this is the victory lap. It's the start of the victory lap for him, isn't it? And it will divide opinion. A lot of people will say, well, yeah, great, fantastic for Dave Warner. But I'm sure a lot of people as well will say, well, do we really care? Dave Warner, does he deserve this final tour? You have to tip your hat. He made the 100 yesterday, but there's no doubt it's divided a lot of opinion around the country.
Yeah, and obviously, Tom, a lot of it's being reported through the prism of the column that Mitchell Johnson wrote a couple of Sundays ago. The back page of the Tiser is "Take That, Mitch," and Johnson should say he was there at the WACA yesterday, or whatever ground it is. Not the WACA, is it? Where are they playing?
Optus Stadium or Perth Stadium?
Yeah, the new one. Well, the crowd was pathetic, wasn't it? Was it 13,000 or something?
Yep, it was low. And I think they were forecasting or hoping for 25. And I think it just reaffirms, doesn't it, Pembo, that Adelaide, we got shunted a bit for this series. But if ever there's a decision in the future, it just needs to be Adelaide all day, every day.
I don't know. I don't want to say like I'm raining on the Blokes Parade, but I reckon it was a very Warner-esque innings insofar it was a sort of a poorly attended match that's failed to excite people against a vastly inferior side.
And that's it.
That probably did sound a bit negative, didn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you're entitled to the opinion, and I think it's one that's probably shared by a lot of people. He's been a very divisive figure, throughout his career, pretty much.
I think, too, there's a uniquely South Australian take we have on this team and the sort of automatic right of entry that some Sydney people seem to have, whereas only a year ago Travis Head was being told, no son, we don't think you're that good at batting overseas. Like even this whole co-vice captaincy thing. Like I heard that apparently Trav was going to get it in his own right, and that Steve Smith had this Suki Lala blow up about it, and that then they decided to come up with this co-captaincy thing.
It seems bizarre to have two vice captains to me. I would have thought in a team of 11, you only need one, don't you? You've already got your captain, and I agree. I think Trav's the future, clearly.
Totally.
And Steve Smith's a leader in his own right, and if he's had the captaincy, I don't think they're going to go back down that path. So I don't know why they've gone with the dual vice captain. It feels like they've got a foot, a foot on either side of the fence. Just make your decision. Be bold with it. Steve, you're still a part of the team. We think you're fantastic. You've been a great leader. Obviously, what's happened has happened in the past, and we need to usher in the new era and give Trav a bit of breathing space to be a vice captain in his own right. That seems like the logical choice for mine.
Totally. Looking forward to generational change where we have a team that is wholly populated by blokes who know that you only use sandpaper when you're about to polish your back table.
Well, actually, I need a bit of that work done at my place, Pembo, so I'm pretty bad with all that kind of stuff.
They sell these really nifty little blocks for part-timer hobby people like us at Mitre 10 with 3 different grades of paper and a little rubber block. So they only cost about $10. They're good.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I'll be getting one of those. But look, today I'm hoping Pembo and Luce that there's a big 100 coming up for Alex Carey because we know he's had a pretty difficult 6 or 9 months. I think he's really struggled since the whole Ashes Johnny Bairstow incident. So it would be nice for him back on home soil, with people that are there to support him to make some runs. I think it's an important innings for him today. He's on 14 to hopefully go on and make triple figures.
Yeah, it could get ugly for the Pakistanis, that's for sure. That'd be good to see. On you, Tom.
Thanks, David.
Tommy. Now,
Thanks,
Tommy,
Lucy.
you're on holidays after today, so we look forward to seeing you in 2024.
Yeah, thanks, Lucy. Have a great Christmas, you, Pembo, and all the listeners. Thanks for everything this year, and look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy the celebrations over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, you too, Tom.
Thank
Good
you.
on you, mate.
Thanks so much.
Tommy. Tommy will be back in the newsroom until 9 a.m. Then he is off on Christmas leave till 2024. Tom Wren, brought to us by Agostino Mitsubishi. There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy and 21 with the 6:30 news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
From chips to replacements, make Complete Windscreens your insurer repairer of choice. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
US Congress has passed new laws to sell nuclear submarines to Australia, giving the green light to the AUKUS Pact. The House of Representatives voted to approve the transfer as part of a sweeping defence policy bill. Former CIA operative Bob Bayer says it's an historic moment.
This is very advanced technology. The United States was reluctant to let it go abroad. It's also very expensive. The United States is going to subsidize this to $1 billion, the tune of $1 billion. So it's a big deal.
The nation's energy regulators calling for billions of dollars in extra spending on renewables to shore up the electricity grid. AEMO's latest modelling predicts all of the nation's ageing coal power stations could shut down within 15 years. It says renewable energy production needs to triple by 2030 to fill the massive hole in the grid. A body representing seniors is pushing for a focus on retirement villages to help solve the housing crisis. The nation's fastest growing age cohort is between 75 and 79 years old. Retirement Living Council Executive Director Daniel Gannon says housing older Australians will become more difficult as the population ages.
If we think that housing supply challenges are bad now, if we think that residential aged care is hard right now, these things will only get worse, these challenges will only get bigger over the next 20 years as Australia's population continues to age.
2 boys charged with arson over the Sterling supermarket inferno will remain out on bail till their next court appearance in January. The pair faced court for the first time yesterday over the $25 million blaze at the Sterling Village complex in October. The centre is now facing demolition. The now ex-tropical cyclone Jasper's continuing to wreak havoc in far north Queensland. The tropical lows producing heavy rainfall, triggering several flood and severe weather warnings. Meantime, looters have targeted several Cairns businesses as clean-up efforts continue. There's a warning for passengers heading to the airport today. The 15th of December is expected to be the busiest day of the Christmas period. 150,000 people will be flying on Qantas and Jetstar, the single biggest day of travel across the festive season. The advice is check in online, stay within the baggage limits, arrive 1 to 2 hours before departure for domestic flights and 2 to 3 hours if you're heading overseas. 2 cars have been given 0 stars for safety in the latest ANCAP ratings. Gabriel Hodson reports.
The Australasian New Car Assessment Program has crash tested the latest Mahindra Scorpio and the MG5, giving them no stars at all. The Mahindra sells for about $42,000 and testers found the large SUV had poor adult passenger protection, especially for third row or centre passengers, and lacked crash avoidance technology. The Chinese-made MG5 retails for $25,000, but ANCAP found the sedan had substandard protection for the chest and legs of adults and lacked features such as lane keep assist. Both car makers say their models met Australian design rules and have vowed to revamp future versions to make them safer.
And a meteor shower has lit up the night sky with multicoloured streaks. NASA has named it the year's best shower, as up to 50 shooting stars passed over Sydney and Melbourne and up to 90 was seen over Darwin. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
And Tom Wren, Dave Warner let his bat do the talking yesterday.
He certainly did, didn't he, Kendall? And sent a message to former teammate Mitchell Johnson in the process as well after posting a monster century on day one of the first test against Pakistan in Perth. Warner celebrated wildly when he brought up his ton before putting his finger to his lips to shush the former fast bowler. The opener says he's just pleased to be able to do his part for the team.
It's not me being up against the wall. It's your guys' job to write stories, and if someone's not scoring runs and you're entitled to do that. For me, it's about going out there and trying my best and scoring runs. I don't feel any extra pressure. I don't feel any other point I have to prove.
Australia finishing the day at 5 for 346 after winning the toss and electing to bat. Let's go to soccer, and Adelaide United will be in A-League action tonight in a difficult away clash against the Western Sydney Wanderers. Meantime, Liverpool has lost its final group game in the Europa League to Union St Gilloise 2-1, but the Reds still progress to the knockout stages on top of their group. West Ham and Brighton have both just started their respective matches. And Greg Norman says he's been inundated with requests from top players to join Jon Rahm's new LIV Golf team in the wake of the Masters champions' defection from the PGA Tour. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now to the weather, and partly cloudy and 21 today, partly cloudy tomorrow, also 21, sunny on Sunday up to 29, then a possible shower Monday, 34. At the moment, 13. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
6:36. Yes, indeed, we are here at the Central Markets to celebrate all things Christmas, festive fun. It is the 15th of December, which means 10 days till Christmas. Pop down here today from 7 and get some of your Christmas shopping started. You can freeze a lot of the goodies that are here, which is excellent. So come in before the crowds. Everything's just getting going. Atlas Cafe has already got the coffee machine on. I can see Vegas Poultry, not open yet, but just getting prepped. The yogurt...
Best chicken nuggets in the world over there. Ooh, Vegas chicken nuggets.
I don't know if chicken nuggets are a traditional Christmas Day
no
food, but why not?
But they've got all the traditional Christmas Day stuff. Great chooks, great poultry, great ducks as well. But
the yogurt shop is my favourite, just down there.
Okay, yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant, but I'll make an exception for the yogurt shop. They're not quite open just yet, but they will be shortly. Everything opens from 7 a.m. today. Regular trading this weekend and all of next week. But if you do need to get in here quickly before Christmas, Saturday, December 23rd, they're open from 7 till 5 p.m. And in great news, they are open Sunday, Christmas Eve, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. But they will, of course, be closed on Christmas Day. So come on down, say Merry Christmas to all your favourite Central Market people here. And come and see us for a coffee this morning, David.
Absolutely. Just grab on over the road there at Atlas. Love Atlas.
We are doing a seafood tray today. All thank you to Fair Seafood. You can find them at stall 12 here at the markets. We are asking you for your word to describe your 2023. 82230000. Let's get to the phones. Phil in Bellevue Heights, good morning.
Yeah, hi Lucy, Dave. Christmas wishes to both of you.
Thank you.
My word for the year is humongous. And the reason for that is that I believe as a child you're it's so simple for life. Whereas as you get an adult, you've got so much responsibility and challenges you've got to go ahead with, you know.
Good point, Dave. No, hang on.
Phil,
we've got this tiny laptop in here and I can't actually read because everything's in 2 points. So I'm going to get Luce to read out everyone's names.
That was Phil. Let's go to Julie.
Having an old guy moment here.
Morning, Julie.
Who is it, John?
No, Julie.
Nice.
Thank you, Julie. You as well.
You too, Julie.
Thank you. I think with the awful events that have occurred throughout the world, I have to be careful what I say here, but I think it's been to quote the late Queen, Annus Horribilis.
Yes, and Annus Horribilis. Yeah. I'd agree with you, Julie.
And I had to be careful what I said these days, or if I got the wrong word, it could have been
No, that's all right, Julie.
No, I think you pronounced it perfectly. Your Latin is excellent, Julie. And it's a very apt term. That was the year that the Queen used it when Charles and Diana got divorced, I think.
Right.
I reckon that was in her address at the end of the year.
I think far more serious things have happened than divorces this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go to Felix Doe. Patrick, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you and Merry Christmas.
You too, mate.
My word My word is manic.
Manic.
Energy, lots of things, excitement, and not enough time to do them, and then no energy all of a sudden, and the year disappeared.
That's right, Patrick. It's here at December 15, so sounds like you've had a crazy year as well, mate. Let's go up to Highbury. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, David, Lucy. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you.
You too, Mark.
Yeah, my word's achievement, because I've gone from 155 kilos down to 98.
Oh, wow, mate. How'd you do that?
Changed my diet and doing a lot more exercising, walking and that, and just walking to get my legs, because I've got bad legs, so if I walk more, my legs will hopefully improve.
That's amazing, mate.
Wow.
Do you mind me asking, Mark, how old are you, mate?
I'm born in 66, so it's 57.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
because that's a good sort of example of how you're never too old to think, well, this is my lot, this is me, and it's too late for me to change my ways, change my behaviour and my lifestyle. So good on you, mate.
Congratulations, Mark. That's awesome. Achievement. That's a really positive one
Yeah,
for the year.
that's
Well
good.
done, Mark. Let's go to Modbury. Hello, Scott.
G'day, guys. Woohoo to Mark there. Well done, mate.
Yeah, it's good, wasn't it?
My word, I'm going to take a bit of a different take on it. My word is Blanchetown, as in the place.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because,
Yes,
that's good. Me and my mate have found this beautiful little spot where we go fishing, and it is so peaceful and delightful. And everyone's kind of got this point of how bad 2023's been, and if you add 2020 and 2021 to that, I mean, you can find yourself wishing years away, and you're old before you know it. Everyone needs to find that little place where they can go and just get their peace back.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's
I like it.
that's an excellent point,
A
Scott.
name of a person or a name of a place might be your word
Blanchetown.
this morning. Let's get to one more for the moment. Sam in Theberton. Good morning.
Morning, Lucy. Morning, Dave. Dave, you must be in heaven at the Central Market now. All that
we love
food.
We love
You
it.
love
It's
it. Pick up a
great
panettone while you're there. Hey,
That's right.
I reckon the word for this year would be, being so many accidents and loss of life, I say road toll.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
memorable for all the wrong reasons, isn't it, Sam?
Yet another one yesterday, Wattle Street, that cyclist. Unbelievable. I was down there, met a mate at Pat Cake Bakery the other day for a pasty and a cuppa. I was driving along that road thinking, this is a nice, quiet leafy street.
Thank you, Sam.
Terrible.
8223 0000. We'll get to some more of your calls throughout the morning. Or, of course, you can text us 0448 08 1395 on the Duttons text line. Call into Duttons, Mount Barker or Murray Bridge. Purchase a new or used vehicle. Go in the draw to win $3K. A couple of texts coming through this morning on all kinds of topics. We
I
welcome
can't read them.
whatever else you want to say. We will read it out. Someone said,
Either the computers are buggered or I need to get new glasses. Maybe I've got the wrong
I
old
think it's
pair
your
out
glasses.
of the glove box.
I
Maybe
think
I've
it's
got
your
the
glasses.
1.5s instead of the 3s.
That's all right. Old people problems, Dave, at,
Oh, that's
at
right.
54.
Don't get me started about my knee.
Someone said a word to describe the year, foreboding. Someone else said topsy-turvy. Thank you, Barbara. Ian, I'm sorry, Ian, the Will isn't here at the moment, but he said absolute pea super fog rolling into Salisbury at the moment.
Will's in Thailand.
Yeah, he...
Hopefully there's a pea super somewhere near Phuket. Imagine that. Imagine Will wakes up in Phuket thinking, I've got away from it all. He goes down to the concierge and the concierge says, oh, you be careful, Mr. Goodings. It's a real pea super out there.
I think Will would just jump on a plane and fly to anywhere else. Now, David,
I would pay someone all the baht in the world if they could organise that for me to happen in Phuket.
tell me you can read this one. I think this is a lovely text to read out from Peter in Hope Valley.
Here we go. Peter says, my word for 2023, thankful. Thankful for turning 60 in February and celebrating with friends and family. Thankful for my GP and cardiologist for getting ticks of good health earlier this year. Thankful I was diagnosed with breast cancer a few months later. Thankful I was diagnosed when I was with breast cancer a few months later. Thankful for the team of medical people who have taken care of my surgery. Thankful for the nurses and staff and others that I've met while having chemo. Thankful for the lovely people taking care of me now while I'm having radiotherapy. Thankful for my boss who's been very understanding while getting this treatment. Thankful for the family, friends I have around me for the support. Thankful for the positive prognosis that I have been given, and especially thankful for my grandchildren. Well, there's the ultimate glass half full message, Peter, because a lot of people would go, well, crikey, I've been dealt this, potentially mortal blow by life, and to be thankful in the midst of all of that is an excellent way of looking at things.
Our Seafood Tray Friday, all thanks to Fair Seafood down here at the Central Markets. Come on down and say hello to them. Come and grab some prawns or some lobsters or some oysters. I don't usually have seafood on Christmas, so I'm not really sure what other people have. Crayfish, octopus,
see,
tentacles.
I would happily go octopus tentacle. Why not?
Well,
get a bit.
Grill them on the barbie.
Yeah.
Steve from Smeg always was telling me about his octopus recipe last year.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
We will get to our cops and weather update very shortly, but first let's check traffic.
There's naughty or nice, stunning and stylish, or tasty and tasteful. Merry Christmas, folks. I'm Brett Charlesworth, and they're just three of the eye-popping Christmas gifts we make for you at Charlesworth Nuts. They're all overflowing with our amazing nuts and chocolates and made with great pride by our talented South Aussie team. With 100 different gift boxes, packs and hampers, there is literally something for everyone. You simply can't go wrong. 11 family-owned stores or shop online. Why Charlesworth? Because fresh nuts taste better.
Hi, it's Hazel from Physio Extra. If you're in pain today because you had a big weekend on the footy field, on the court or in the garden, give us a call today for a same-day appointment. For example, if you rolled your ankle, try and stay off it as much as possible, compress it and add a little bit of ice. When you come in for your appointment, we might ask you questions like if you heard any sounds, if you've hurt the area before, or if you've done anything similar on the opposite side.
It's the extra in Physio Extra that makes all the difference. Visit physioextra.com for your nearest location or call for a same-day appointment.
This Christmas will look a lot different for struggling families and vulnerable members of our community. The ongoing cost of living crisis makes it impossible to put a decent family meal on the table. And keeping a roof over their heads is getting harder and harder. People shouldn't be hungry, anxious and desperate this Christmas. Vinnie's needs your help to give emergency support this Christmas. Head to vinnies.org.au or call 13 18 12 to donate.
For nearly 40 years, no one has done certified used cars quite like Steinborner Automotive, with dedicated yards including SA's best range of commercials loaded and ready to go, including SA's only dedicated small car and SUV centre, and SA's only large SUV and 4x4 centre suited for any lifestyle. Steinborner still also has the best range of Commodores from ZBs to the collectibles. View all late model used vehicles at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
Get great value Christmas dishes for every budget at Coles. Like Coles RSPCA approved whole chicken was $5.50, now down to just $4.50 a kilo. That's great value hands down at Coles.
It's Christmas time at Derringer's with Yamaha's premium range of acoustic and electric guitars, digital pianos, acoustic and electronic drums. Christmas packs now available. Give the gift of music this Christmas with Yamaha and Derringer's. Ho, ho, ho.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital Henley Beach. Many people don't know that they don't need health insurance to be treated in a private hospital. Many procedures are more affordable than you may think, and access to a wide range of specialists and services is just a phone call away. So if you're considering surgery, there are various payment options available, and we can arrange a personal quote. If you have questions about paying for your own procedure in a private hospital, give Western Hospital a call on 8159 1200 to discuss.
Thanks, Lucy, and good morning. She's a good looking down the roads today. No great hassles. Burst water main there. Wingfield, Hanson Road near Francis Road, speeds at 40. Lonsdale, Carvey Roo, Skippy feeling a little bit second hand there this morning. Sherwood Road West near Dyson Road, bit of debris on the road too. And the lane closed at Lockley's, Henley Beach Road near Rolls Road. Cameras, Adams Road, Craigmore, and Adelaide Road at Gawler South. At Bob Jane T-Mart, buy 3, get the fourth tyre free on the Bridgestone Potenza RE003, ends December 16th. Details at bobjane.com.au, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Live from Adelaide Central Markets, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
6:49 to all of you waking up on a Friday morning. We're in the festive spirit down here at the Adelaide Central Markets this morning. Pop down and come and grab a coffee. We've just had Dave from South Brighton get a coffee. We've got Stacey from Richmond here, who's brought us some lovely biscuits.
Stacey has outdone herself for these biscuits. Now I'm going to take some of these home to the kids. They're going to love them. So they're reindeer biscuits, and the nose is one of those strawberry and cream lollies. Then they've got little wobbly eyes. And then there's tiny teddies for ears, and they're beautifully iced. You made them this morning.
I've never seen a more festive biscuit.
No, they're
They're
superb.
gorgeous, aren't they? Stacey was
great.
telling me she volunteers at a kindy every week, and that's where she learnt the recipe.
Yeah, no, good on you, Stacey. Love having our listeners come in to say good day.
Let's check on the weather for this morning. Vince Rowlands is at the Bureau. Morning to you, Vince.
Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, David.
21 and partly cloudy today. That's not too bad.
Yeah, probably see a little bit more blue sky around today than we did yesterday, but yeah, remaining cool across the city. So 21 degrees right across the metro area today, but touch cooler up in the hills with 20 degrees for Mount Barker. So yeah, look, there will be a little bit of cloud around at times today, but generally just looking at light winds and west to southwesterly winds, picking up a little bit later in the morning, getting up to around that sort of 15 to 25 kilometres an hour. The conditions not too different tomorrow. Still a little bit of cloud around and the top of 21 degrees, but it's really Sunday. I think that's probably the pick of the days this week. Going for a top of 29 degrees in the city, plenty of sunshine, light winds, so yeah, great day to get out and about on Sunday. It does warm up initially on Monday ahead of a change coming through, so we'll see those northerly winds picking up and getting to a temperature of 34 degrees on Monday ahead of that change. And that change does come through in the afternoon, but brings with it a risk of a shower and a possible thunderstorm. But those winds will swing round to the southwest during the afternoon and start dropping that temperature. And that reduction in temperature does affect the next few days. So we've got 22 on Tuesday, 23 on Wednesday, and 23 again on Thursday. So yeah, a couple of nice summer days, well, reasonable summer days in there, but generally, yeah, cooler conditions are what we expect this time of year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vince. Have a great weekend. Let's jump over to SA Police. Now, Senior Constable Kimberly Broad is on the line. Kimberly, first of all, there's been a chase following a break-in early this morning, and you've arrested 6 teenagers.
Yeah, that's right. It was just after 2 a.m. this morning. We had an occupant of a Crafers home awake to hearing noises. Actually found 3 people inside his home and saw a couple more in the front yard. Now, the groups immediately fled when they've been confronted and left the scene in a black Mazda SUV. So we had police rush to the area and actually spotted the suspect's vehicle travelling at speed along Glen Osmond Road towards the city. That vehicle failed to stop and was followed onto Green Hill Road, where it's driven onto the wrong side of the road and also mounted a median strip. So we had Polair take over that pursuit, and they commenced tracking the vehicle as it went through back streets of St Maurice towards Paradise. It's then essentially travelled across the metro area and ended up into the northern suburbs. We did eventually spike the car's tyres. It's just after 3 a.m. on the Salisbury Highway, and the vehicle eventually came to a stop at Mawson Lakes, where we've arrested the driver and 5 occupants. So that vehicle was actually stolen from Tea Tree Gully overnight, Tuesday and Wednesday morning. So those 6 that have been arrested are a 17-year-old from Hackham West, 16-year-old from Noongar Downs, 3 youths from Salisbury North, aged 13, 15 and 17, and a 16-year-old from Ingle Farm. So they're all boys, and they've all been, they're currently being interviewed by police and being charged over those incidents.
And Kimberly, some drunken idiot's driven into a pole in Elizabeth.
That is an apt descriptor, yes. Just after 11 o'clock, police were travelling along Yorktown Road when they've seen the Subaru sedan crash into a light pole at the roundabout of Midway Road. Thankfully, no one was injured, but we've spoken to the driver, who's on a probationary licence. We've submitted him to a breath test, and he's allegedly produced an alcohol reading of 0.155, so supposed to be 0. So that man, he's 22, he's from Elizabeth Downs and was reported for drink driving, aggravated driving without due care, and also breaching the conditions of his licence. So he's had his licence taken away for 12 months, and he'll be appearing in court at a later date.
And give me a while before he's back on his P's. Good stuff, Kimberly. Hey, thanks to everyone at SAPOL for all the work that you guys have done with us this year. We love our morning crosses at 6:45, and we know the last month has been a hellish one for the boys and girls in blue. We hope you have a much more peaceful Christmas than you've had November/December, and let's hope for a much less busy 2024 where, you know, we don't want a sort of twice weekly account of the latest road deaths the way we've had it this year. So a quiet year is what we hope for you guys at SAPOL.
No, thanks. Appreciate that. And yes, we have our fingers crossed as well. As you said, it's been pretty hectic the last month. So, we just want everyone to have a safe holiday, and let's start 2024 fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Kimberly. I'll be around next week, Kimberly. I'll chat to you then, or whoever else is on duty over the Christmas period. Speaking of the Christmas period, we now enter a time of extended trading hours for a couple of our shops. Westfield, Marion, Tea Tree Plaza and West Lakes, of course, have all their own extended hours. But if you are heading to Rundle Mall from Monday the 18th till next Wednesday, it's open from 9 till 9. So if you're running out of time to do your shopping, you go to 9 p.m. in the mall next week. Next Thursday, next Friday, 21st and 22nd, 9 a.m. till midnight. And then Saturday the 23rd and Christmas Eve in the mall open 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Andrew White from Rundle Mall spoke yesterday.
Forecasting $86 million to be spent here in the city over the next 10 days. And we're really bracing for an amazing Christmas run.
So there's plenty of time to do your Christmas shopping if you can. And good news for those coming to the central markets. You lead up to Christmas. They are open on the 23rd and December the 24th, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. And if you are prepping for New Year's, they are open December 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th and New Year's Eve here at the central markets. Just a range of traders on the 31st from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. But plenty of open time to pop down to the central market to get your festive and summer goodies.
Is it getting annoying yet, Luce, that I keep saying farewell, Merry Christmas, I'll see you next year to everyone, and you're just sitting here going, what are you talking about? I'm going to be here.
Sam and I still have another week, then I've got another 3 days after Christmas, honestly. But in the scheme of things, all our shift workers who are still working right through, all our public holiday workers, the traders here at the market's been up longer than you this morning,
I'm not trying to rub your face in or anyone else's, Sam.
We don't.
I'm going to say goodbye to Kimberly and the gang.
You're
my last day.
Holiday David, I reckon. Holiday Dave.
You're saying I'm already in holiday mode.
You were about a week ago, I reckon. Nothing wrong with that.
Unless they stuck around longer than that Will Goodings bludger.
Well,
what about him?
That is true. We are also doing a seafood trade this morning, thanks to Fair Seafood at Stall 12 here at the markets, 8223 0000. We're asking for your word to describe your 2023. Eleanor in Cherry Gardens, good morning.
Good morning. How are you going?
Good, thanks, Eleanor. What's your word, Eleanor?
My word is half full.
Half full.
Half full.
That's very positive.
That's
of
good.
you, Eleanor.
So a bit of a reminder to us to look on the bright side of life.
Absolutely. Always. There's always a bright side.
Yeah, it's good advice.
Thank you,
Cherry
Eleanor.
Gardens would be a good place to live that lifestyle too. Lovely part of Adelaide.
That's right. Let's go. Is that Peter in Renown Park? Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. My word is disorder. Just with everything that's going on in the world and financial living.
Yeah, no, very apt, Pete. Good on you, mate.
Fair summation, Peter. I think plenty of people would agree with you there. Just a reminder, you can, of course, jump on and leave your suggestions for your word of the year on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, or you can text us on the Duttons text line 0448 08 1395. We'd love to see you this morning. Providore has just opened its curtains there. It's nearly 7 a.m, which means the chocolate fondue fountain's about to kick off. It's my most favourite satisfying thing to watch.
I reckon the Providore is about 10 years older than you, Lise. Maybe more.
Yep.
That was there in 1987 when I first started working here. You weren't with us in 1987, were you?
No, I was 94.
Okay, yeah. Well, the Providore is definitely older than you.
Well, Providore has just opened, so for all your chocolate goodies, cakes, biscuits, lollipops, chocolate fondue,
Chocolate dipped
fountains.
Strawberries.
Oh, yum.
Mm.
Not that I want them at 7
They've got
a.m,
those
but I could.
the crazy face biscuits on the side. There's no way you can walk past the Providore with your kids
We've
without...
got our own reindeer face
Oh,
biscuits
no.
this
Well,
morning, courtesy of Stacey in
Stacey's
Richmond.
going to put the Providore out of business if they're not careful with her reindeer biscuits.
Zuma Cafe as well has just opened its doors. You can come and get some breakfast. Come and say hello. We'd love to see you this morning. It is nearly 7 o'clock. Coming up next, 7 o'clock news with Kendall.
Duttons have always been easy to do business with. That's why people love to buy from Duttons. And now there's an extra reason. Actually, 3,000 of them. Call into Duttons Mount Barker or Murray Bridge, purchase a new or used vehicle and go in the draw to win $3,000 just in time for Christmas. There's a huge selection across 3 locations: Ford, GWM, Haval, Hyundai, Isuzu, Ute, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Ram, Subaru and Volkswagen. T's and C's apply. Duttons.com.au for more.
Duttons. Easy to do business with.
If you're constipated and struggling to poo, here's some great news. Introducing Caruso's Constipation Ease. Caruso's Constipation Ease is a new herbal and fibre combination containing cascara, yellow dog, fennel and green banana powder. These help to relieve constipation by making it easier for you to poo. So if you're struggling to poo and would like to poo more, why not try Caruso's Constipation Ease? Caruso's Constipation Ease is available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
We love Christmas. Having the whole family over is fantastic. But if you're feeding a tribe, it can get a little pricey. So it's nice to know Drake's have dropped prices across a range of Christmas favourites to make Christmas more affordable. Drake's Supermarkets, ingredients for Christmas.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy and 21 with the 7 o'clock news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
Chipped windscreen? Complete Windscreens can repair it from just $99. Look for the big red koala.
Ex-tropical cyclone Jasper's continuing to wreak havoc in far north Queensland. The tropical lows producing heavy rainfall, triggering several flood and severe weather warnings. A number of locals have been evacuated.
I got woken up. It kind of shook me up a bit. I was just like, what's going on? There's lights flashing at my house. And then I go out the front and there's the 2 ladies telling us to leave.
It's only been ever this high twice in 35 years. So
more than 15,000 homes are still without power. The US has passed a bill approving the sale of AUKUS submarines to Australia. The transfer will take place in 2030 as part of a milestone defence policy bill. Australia's US ambassador's welcoming the legislation, saying it's a vote of confidence in our shared security. There's been a major breakthrough in the development of a world-first cancer vaccine. Max White explains.
New results from a major clinical trial show Moderna is one step closer to the experimental vaccine's approval. Given alongside an immunotherapy drug, it has been found to prevent the disease from returning in melanoma patients for up to 3 years. The president of the vaccine company has told The Australian it has the potential to treat patients suffering from a wide range of cancers. Investors are racing to fund the new technology. One Australian is diagnosed with melanoma every 30 minutes.
The energy regulator's issuing a stark warning that all the country's coal power stations could shut down within 15 years. AEMO says billions of dollars in extra spending on renewables will be needed to fill the 21 gigawatt hole in the power grid. It's found our solar, wind and hydro capacity needs to triple by 2030. The cost of living crisis will impact on how Australians celebrate Christmas this year. New research by the Salvos has found more than 5.3 million people will not be able to afford a Christmas meal, and 30% of parents are worried their kids will go without presents. Major Brendan Nottle from the Salvation Army says people are struggling to just get by.
I've been doing this for 32 years, 22 years in the city, and I've never ever seen it like this. And when you hear that data come out of that research that indicates that 1 in 7 parents as saying, geez, we're not sure if we're going to be able to have a meal on the table for our kids or presents for them this Christmas Day, you start to think things are really, really biting hard for so many people at the moment.
King Charles has recorded a tribute to legendary entertainer Barry Humphries for his memorial service at the Sydney Opera House this morning. More from Emily Minnie.
Friends and family, along with fans and dignitaries, are gathering at the Sydney Opera House to celebrate the many lives of the comedy great. Mr Humphries died at the age of 89 in April this year after complications from hip surgery. He was best known for his iconic characters, including Dame Edna Everage and Sir Les Patterson. TV personality Richard Wilkins will MC the memorial at the Opera House's concert hall.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Kendall. Dave Warner has declared he's not going anywhere after putting to bed any doubts over his farewell Test series. He's responded to criticism of his Test form by belting 164 on the opening day against Pakistan in Perth. Warner brought his finger to his lips while celebrating in an apparent shot at former teammate Mitchell Johnson.
Was it directed specifically at Mitchell Johnson, or was it a broader group?
No, it's just anyone who wants to write stories about me and, trying to use headlines, get headlines. That stuff doesn't bother me. It's just the fact that I have to go out there, do what I have to do, and I'm allowed to celebrate how I want.
So, indeed he can. Let's stick with cricket. The Aussies finished the day at 5 for 346. Alex Carey unbeaten on 14, while Mitch Marsh will join him at the crease on 15. Meantime, in overseas action, India has smashed South Africa by 106 runs in the third and final T20 clash. That's in Johannesburg. The three-match series finishing in a 1-1 draw, while the West Indies look on track to beat England in their second T20 clash at St George's. Chasing 177 to win, England is struggling at 5 for 121 late in the 16th over. Plenty of A-League action on tonight, and much attention will be on 17-year-old Nestoroy Irankunda and how he responds for Adelaide United tonight after he was reduced to tears during a poor performance last week. The Reds take on the Western Sydney Wanderers this evening. And the Aloisi brothers will coach against each other tonight, with Ross's Brisbane Roar taking on John's Western United. And in some basketball to finish, the Golden State Warriors star Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely by the NBA. That's after striking a player in the face. It's the third time this season Green has been ejected. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now to the traffic.
Good morning. At Wingfield, burst water main to look out for this morning. Hanson Road near Francis Road, speeds at 40. Outside of that, looking really good on the roads today. The freeway's working well from Bridgewater through to Glen Osmond. Southern Expressway, accident and breakdown free. You will find it a little bit slow this morning at Lockleys. Got works there. Henley Beach Road near Rolls Road. And look out for cameras. Horsey Road, Elizabeth East. And Lindock Road at Gawler East. Crush that morning craving. Click and collect on the OTR app to indulge in a range of delicious barista-made hot and iced coffees made just how you like it. OTR. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now to the weather. Partly cloudy and 21 today. More of the same tomorrow. Sunny on Sunday up to 29. Then a possible shower on Monday, 34. At the moment, 14. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA's Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
7:06, good morning to you. We are down at the Central Markets for all things Christmas this morning. We'll get to some more of your Seafood Tray Friday calls a bit later in the show. 8223 We're asking you, what is your word to sum up your 2023? It's been a bit of a mixed bag, but we're looking forward to hearing some of your stories. A beautiful day on the way. It's been a lovely morning to come down here. The sunrise was just before 5:53 this morning. It is going to be 21 and partly cloudy. Slight chance of a light shower, but hopefully not too bad before it finds up to 29 degrees by Sunday. Just a text here, a couple of words. Someone said, my word is Mally, for giving us so many events this year. Thank you, Corey. And another one here says, my word is gratitude. I never thought I'd be a grandmother. My daughters are in their late 30s. Both became pregnant at the same time. I'm now the proud grandmother of one little boy and one little girl. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Claire. Text us in all your suggestions this morning, 0448 08 1395. Now, I think David has gone roaming. David, please tell me you're somewhere where there's delicious food.
Luce, I am, and this always happens. I couldn't help myself. I managed to stay an entire hour sitting on the desk with you, but I have abandoned my post and wandered off. I think if you had to describe the Central Market in one word along the same lines as today's Fish Trade Friday question, that word would be tasty. But the other thing that a lot of people don't realise who aren't frequent market shoppers is that the market does a really good job at this time of year of actually coming up with fantastic gift ideas. So what I thought I'd do was focus on two iconic South Australian businesses that are also synonymous with the Adelaide Central Market. One has been here since the dawn of time, and it's Lucia's. The other is synonymous with nuts in South Australia, the excellent people at Charlesworth Nuts. But I'm here outside Lucia's. They've got these absolutely crackerjack hampers, and if you're looking for a last-minute gift idea, or you're struggling for inspiration, they've got all of these wonderful pre-made pasta sauces, but they've partnered up with some fantastic other local businesses. There's this really cool little factory in Prospect, I think it is, called Nice Pickles, and they make these superb pickled beans, pickled gardenieri vegetables. They're in the Lucia's hampers. They start at $75. You get pasta sauces, olive oil, raspberry vinegar. You get a Lucia's Christmas pudding. You get the passata. They go all the way up to $100 and then $150 if you want to go all out. Just over the road from Lucia's, Charlesworth as well. They've got all of these nut and chocolate packages all wrapped up and ready to go. And obviously too, if you're doing your Christmas food shopping and you need some pistachios to chuck into the stuffing for your turkey or your chook, it's the place to come. But these hampers are absolutely sensational. And as I wander around, I might just go and see if I can find anyone I know at McMahon's, my old stomping ground. This is the spot, Luce, where for 5 years every Saturday from 11 a.m. you'd find me standing right here on the corner. We used to bag up all the fruit just as it was about to go off, because market days obviously were Tuesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So come Saturday, which was always a big day for the more put-upon shoppers in Adelaide, a lot of poorer people, a lot of refugees, a lot of migrants would turn up from about 11 o'clock onwards, because we used to bag all the stuff up, and it was $1 a bag or 3 bags for $2. And I would stand here on this very spot with my mate Steph, and this queue would form around us, and normally would be about probably 100 to 120 people deep, so stretching all the way back over the aisle, past the escalator, towards what is now the Say Cheese shop. Say Cheese wasn't here in the 80s. But all of these poor people would basically queue up to get, tomatoes that were slightly on the turn, bananas that were starting to get little spots on them. And the moment you started shouting, "Okay, folks, who's got $1 a bag on the corner here, or 3 for $2 at McMahon's?" you would literally, it was like being in the running of the bulls in Pamplona. People would come from everywhere, and we would get rid of about 2 tons of fruit and vegetables in less than 10 minutes. It was insane. It was a lot of fun, and good memories. And tell you what, they've got some good-looking local cherries here. Despite what the cherry guys were saying the other day, the stock seems to be plentiful. Some of the best-looking cherries are going to cost you a bit. They're up to about $40 a kilo, but there's also cheaper ones that are a little bit less aesthetically pleasing for about $25 a kilo. The other thing that's on special at the moment, avocados, 5 for $5. So if you're making some sort of prawn cocktail extravaganza for Christmas, the Central Market, all the fruit shops here, not just McMahon's, but aubergines and cocos, absolutely the places to do all of your shopping.
Thank you, Dave. I'm jealous. All that produce looks delicious. You can go back and re-watch it on the Foodland Supermarkets live stream. Just a comment here as well from Kay and Jane. They can't get to the Central Markets this Christmas because they're saying hello from Oslo in Norway. They're on their way to the Arctic Circle to see the Northern Lights and the Arctic Christmas Village. It's a bucket list adventure for Jane. It was -7 degrees today and -9 tomorrow in Oslo. Will be a hell of a lot colder in the Arctic, she says. A possible -30 degrees. So just think of our friends in the Northern Hemisphere this year having a potentially white Christmas. But Merry Christmas to you, Jane and Kay, over there seeing the Northern Lights. Coming up shortly, we will get to some more of our news stories of the morning. But please, 8223 0000. We'd love to hear your words of your 23. We'll be back right after traffic.
Thanks, Lucy. She is looking A-OK for the run-in today, which is really nice. The freeway's working well from Hahndorf through to Glen Osmond. Northern Connector looking the goods. Do have a best water main at Wingfield today. Hanson Road near Francis Road. No great dramas there, though. But do look out for a lane close at Hope Valley. That is slow. Grand Junction Road near Valley Road. You find cameras this morning. Kessers Road, Para Hills West, and Lindock Valley Road at Lindock. Rundle Mall is the top place to get to the bottom of your Christmas list. Shop it all longer and later with all your favourite stores open until 9 tonight in Rundle Mall. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. The Lynn Andrews team have seen a lot of change in real estate over the past 50 years, but one thing remains unchanged: our passion to help people invest in their future. To build strong property portfolios in either the residential or the commercial sectors. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com fiveblaze.com.au.
I was just doing my job. I didn't think I'd get injured.
The doctor said it was a routine procedure? Right.
The car came out of nowhere and it smashed right into us.
At DBH Lawyers, we're here to listen to your story. Our team of local South Australian lawyers will help you navigate the law and find the best way forward. We're with you. We're for you. We're DBH Lawyers. dbh.com.au.
I'm here with Bronte from Toop and Toop. And Bronte, I hear you and the team at Toop will be on the tools right across the holiday season. So can you tell us what buyer activity is going to look like over the coming weeks?
That's right. It's the festive season, but the real estate industry never goes on holidays. With depleted stock levels across Adelaide, buyer demand continues to outweigh supply. Home values remain at record high levels, and that's unlikely to change anytime soon.
So if that's the case, does it really matter who sells your home?
There is a great risk in putting a hot buyer in front of an inexperienced agent. Using an agent without the right skill set and experience could literally cost you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, with a team of unrivaled experience, Toop and Toop are perfectly placed to help maximise the return on your home. Visit toop.com.au to find out more.
Don't miss the Solitaire Volkswagen Summer Spectacular on now. As SA's largest Volkswagen dealer, we have plenty of stock available now for immediate delivery. And we won't be beaten on price. Visit Solitaire Volkswagen Hawthorn and Medindi today. DL 65541.
Nothing beats the SA Farmers Market for fresh value-packed produce. The market reopened in March of this year after relocating from the drive-in to its new home at the produce markets just up the road.
The SA Farmers Market is open every Sunday from 6 a.m. till 1 p.m. with fresh produce including seafood, butchers, bakers, eggs, olives, honey, wine, plus bric-a-brac, along with a lot of home-based businesses, crafts, home-baked goods, sauces and relishes. There's just so much on offer, and most vendors take cash, and there is an ATM on site.
Entry to the SA Farmers Market is only $1.50 a person, but kids under 14 get in for free. There's loads of parking too, all undercover. Enter from Merchant Crescent, Paraka, plus there's two other pedestrian entry points from Diagonal Road and Burma Road.
The market will also be open Christmas Eve, Sunday the 24th, and New Year's Eve, Sunday, December 31st. Experience the SA Farmers Market, South Australia's largest weekly market, every Sunday, 6 a.m. till 1 p.m. And for more info, please check out the SA Farmers Market Facebook page.
Want to turn your Flybuys points into dollars this Christmas? You can take $10 off for every 2,000 points you redeem. That's great value, hands down, at Coles. Minimum spend $10, limits, exclusions and T's and C's apply.
Now at Harvey Norman, shop top trending Christmas gifts in store and online. Loads of holiday fun in the Instax Mini 12 camera bundle. Available in 3 hot colours, just $118 each. Make your season with the Cricket Joy Starter Bundle. Only $298, save $78. Save $200 on the Google Pixel 8, now $998. And Samsung Galaxy A9 Plus Wi-Fi 64 gig, great value, only $298, save $80. Much more at Harvey Norman now.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here from 7 News. Join me and Will Goodings for Adelaide's leading news hour, 7 News, tonight at 6 o'clock.
Live from Adelaide Central Markets, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
7:17, good morning to you on this 15th of December, live from the Adelaide Central Markets. Kaz in Brompton's just popped in. She's down there having a coffee. She's brought us a little Christmas tree ornament after our Christmas tree discussion on air the other day, what you do with your Christmas trees. And she's made us a literal hanging ornament of a tree. And it says,
amazing.
No watering required, no sweeping up pine needles, no dusting, no need to store it. Cats won't knock it over. The dogs won't pee on it. And you can set and forget, made in Brompton by Kaz. How sweet is that?
How awesome is that? Look at it. Is it made out of, what is it?
Plywood?
Is it timber? Balsa wood? Who knows? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
Kaz doesn't even know. She just held up her hands in a shrugging motion.
Sarcasm, it says too. On you, Kaz.
Thank you, Kaz, for all
brilliant.
your contributions this year and for coming down as well. We'd love to see you here at the markets. Dave and I will be here till 9 a.m. and the markets, of course, open till 3 p.m. this afternoon. Let's get to some news that's been floating around over yesterday and overnight. Just one that came out yesterday, which is of particular note for those who are fond of the greyhounds, who head down to Angle Park. The South Australian greyhound racing industry has been given 2 years to get their industry into shape. A review led by Graham Ashton handed down its findings with 86 recommendations for change. One trainer had his property inspected 25 times over 10 years, finding filthy bedding, unregistered dogs and protruding wiring. The industry was in charge of policing itself, but now an independent inspector will be appointed. The Premier, Peter Malinauskas, spoke yesterday about it.
This government wants to see the greyhound racing industry survive in South Australia, but only if it cleans up its act. Change must happen, it can happen, and if it does, the industry will get to continue.
I have to say, I've always enjoyed going to the dogs. I love a night out at Angle Park, and in the past I've taken my kids out there and they've got that great buffet at Chases and all of that, but I would equally say that there are people in the industry in South Australia, as has been the case in other states, who've had their head in the sands, and it's heartbreaking because this industry here has done some great pioneering work. Like the greyhound adoption program is world's best practice. It's done to make sure that dogs that are no good at racing are not left for dead. All these beautiful, beautiful dogs end up being put into loving homes. But you hear about that shocking bloke, that trainer, and you think, how can you actually work in an industry with animals where you ostensibly claim to love them and you just treat them like garbage? And these are the people. This is where the industry needs to just own up to the fact that it does have some rogue elements, and Mally's right. If they can't weed them out, well, it doesn't deserve to exist.
Lead investigator Graham Ashton also spoke yesterday.
There are some people that shouldn't be in the industry, in my view. The review found that there was a gap between the conditions in which greyhounds are kept within the industry and that which the community would expect.
He's the former Victorian Police Commissioner from memory, Graham Ashton.
Oh, there you
so
go.
Pretty turbocharged inquiry. Good that they're going at it with both barrels, because I don't want to see the industry die, but I don't want to be part of an industry that treats animals like that.
Australians in America. Let's go to former President Donald Trump. He addressed a rally in the state of Iowa yesterday when he decided to go a bit off script and asked a punter in the crowd if he was from Iowa. But the answer received was one he just wasn't quite expecting.
Are you from this state? You're from this state? No, from Australia. Oh, he's from Australia. Well, we'll adopt him. He said hello to me before, and I said, this doesn't sound too much like Iowa, but we'll take him. He is perfect. He's central casting. He's going to be a great one.
He is perfect.
Who is this bloke? Do we know which state he's from? He's not from Adelaide.
Don't know. I wonder.
What a funny thing to do on your holiday. Go to a Donald Trump rally.
I like how he thought the accent wasn't an Iowa accent.
Yeah. It's not an Iowa accent. Sounds more like a Brisbane accent.
Brisbane.
Brisbane. Or Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah. Have you ever met an American when they said, where are you from in Australia? And you go, Adelaide. They just look at you like... I've only had about 2 Americans who've ever said, oh yeah, I've been to Adelaide.
Well, funnily enough, my Australian cousin married an American. She came out to Perth to go to uni, and now they live on Rhode Island.
Oh, you're joking?
So I think every time he's over there, he gets a few funny looks.
There was a barmaid on the steamboat Natchez in New Orleans on the 4th of July 2019, who I spent quite a lot of time talking to with my dad, ordering my bourbon and cokes. Well, they do free pouring, and if you tip them, it's... fraught with danger. But she'd worked in the Barossa. Right. And I was talking to her, and she said, which part of Australia from? I said, Adelaide. She goes, oh, really? Which suburb? I'm like, what do you mean? You know where it is? She goes, yeah, I lived in Newry.
That's a really rare event.
Yeah, it was
that
wild.
Was a rare global event that you encountered. Staying with things tied to America, Australia's AUKUS nuclear submarine deal is another step closer after the US Congress passed America's annual defence policy bill. Here's Jacqueline Robson from 7 News summing it up.
It's a massive milestone. Next, it heads to the White House, where President Joe Biden is expected to sign the legislation into law. The AUKUS bill forms part of this multi-billion-dollar National Defence Act, authorising the sale of at least 3 Virginia-class submarines to Australia. Leaders from both parties spoke in favour of the AUKUS deal. The nuclear-powered subs are seen as another layer of defence, helping create stability in the Indo-Pacific. Now, these submarines aren't expected to be transferred to Australia until 2030, entering service in 2040. The transfer will still require certification by the President of the day, but nonetheless it's been described by Australia's Defence Industry Minister Pat Conroy as a momentous day in the alliance with the United States.
I totally lost track of AUKUS, to be honest with you. There's too much other stuff happening locally that I've not given AUKUS a second of thought.
It was all floating around. It was in a bit of a holding pattern, which would explain why you, like probably everyone else, Lucy, was sort of going, what's going on with it? The sticking point was whether Congress, particularly the Republicans, the more conservative Republicans, were going to let America sell their subs to other countries.
Right.
So the fact that they've now agreed to this means that we can buy the nuclear-powered subs off the Yanks.
Just ticking along in the background. Let's check on our sports update on this Friday morning. Reminder that Timmy G and Rowie are on from 4 o'clock this afternoon. It is Rowie and Timmy's final show of 2023. So stay tuned from 4 p.m. $19 schnitty Monday to Wednesday at the Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and Lighthouse Wharf. You just know it's a Barrow Hotel. Collingwood great and two-time premiership player Scott Pendlebury joined Rowie and Timmy G last night, just on the year that he had.
What a year, what a season. It took a South Australian to take your top. Pendles, old fly, good South Australian.
Yeah, it was a sensational season, and it's sort of funny because I find once you win the flag like we did, everyone, it's like, will I go back to back, and how good's the group, and I sort of feel like everyone, in a sense, doesn't understand how hard the journey was to get there, because you finish and we celebrate and it's the pinnacle, and but looking across that whole year and how even the AFL is, I think our group's just really appreciated. It's so hard to do, and we really enjoyed that, and there's no given in 2024 we even get back onto that stage, so really trying to enjoy that. After enjoying that, now it's time to get back to work for us, and we all start again. We're all 0 points, we haven't won a game yet, and that's the path that we'll set.
Scott Pendlebury, thoughts?
Oh, good bloke. It's one of the things.
Good guy.
Yeah, one of the troubling things about this Collingwood side is they've got a lot of likeable people in there.
Are you thinking unfortunately?
Well, yeah, you're just sort of hardwired to dislike Collingwood, but you hear someone like Pendle speak.
Yeah, seems like an all-round good guy.
Yeah, or Darcy Moore. I love Darcy Moore.
Darcy Moore's had a stellar year. Just in how much he's grown as a public figure, but in the right way.
Yeah. He speaks fluent Indonesian.
I did not know that.
No, he's very smart. His dad's a school teacher.
How on earth did you know that? I mean, you know a lot about a lot. So
I know a lot of
I'm
nonsense,
not surprised.
Lisa. I can't remember, things like my children's birthdays, but I do know that Darcy Moore speaks fluent Indonesian.
Yeah, that's all right.
Bahasa, as they call it.
It is 7:26. Please come on down and see us this morning at the markets.
The food's
We've
arrived.
just got a bit of breakfast.
Where's
here,
this from?
thanks
Is it from
Atlas Continental
What about
Cafe?
this?
Just there. They've given everyone
My
coffees
God, thank
this
you,
morning.
mate. Look at that.
Please come down and see
Bit
us.
of a egg and bacon brioche burger to kick things off for the day, Lisa, and for the more healthy-minded person, there's some sort of granola thing there.
Granola and yogurt, which is Will's favourite.
Happy to give to Sam. There you go, mate. Get into that, Sam.
That's Will's favourite if he was here. But please, Providores in full swing. The Chocolate Fondue Foundation, much to my joy, is in full swing as well. I'll just sit here staring at it for the next hour and a half. Lots of traders have kicked open from 7 o'clock this morning. We've got Fleuriot Milk Co. down there, Lucia's, of course, Le Deux Coq, the French terrine chicken terrine place, Le Deux Coq, yes.
Le Deux Coq.
The two roosters, yeah. Two roosters. Tony O'Connell, of course, down there at the butcher on the Goodger Street end.
Love O'Connell's.
Oh, wait, is that Groat Street or Goodger? That's Goodger Street.
Great. This is Goodger to your right. That's great.
Good heavens. Yes. Groat Street. O'Connell's is on the Groat Street side. We are sitting on the Goodger Street side. The real
big supporters
place,
of Meat Tray Friday.
They are.
The O'Connell's people.
The Say Cheese people, Stand-Up Small Goods as well, the Market Bread Bar, the Metworth Shop and the Smelly Cheese Co. All your favourites, come on down and get to the markets before 9 o'clock this morning. Coming up after 7:30, we are speaking with an absolute legend of the markets from Barossa Fine Foods, Barbara Knoll. And 8223 would love to squeeze in some more of your Seafood Tray Friday calls, all thanks to Fair Seafood. Find them at stall 12. We're asking you for your word of the year, your 2023 summed up. We'll catch you after the 7:30 news.
Australia's largest indoor caravan showroom now has even more to explore. Come into Dave Benson Caravans to see the new range of Victory caravans, plus a huge selection of Essential, Highline, Network RV and Cub campers with new features and layouts. We have over 100 new and pre-loved vans and campers, all undercover and all ready for immediate delivery, so you can enjoy your next getaway straight away. See what's available at Dave Benson Caravans, 64 Grand Junction Road, Kilburn, or online at davebensoncaravans.com.au.
You don't have to head south to taste your way around McLaren Vale. Just head north to your pals. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can guide you through the McLaren Vale region all under one roof. Whether you're a weekend sommelier or just know you like reds, talk wine with your pals and they'll introduce you to their best McLaren Vale pals. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Powers, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
I was just doing my job. I didn't think I'd get injured.
The doctor said it was a routine procedure. Right.
The car came out of nowhere and it smashed right into us.
At DBH Lawyers, we're here to listen to your story. Our team of local South Australian lawyers will help you navigate the law and find the best way forward. We're with you. We're for you. We're DBH Lawyers. dbh.com.au.
At IGA, you'll get everything you need this Christmas. Australian pork loin steak, $16 per kilo. IGA, where Christmas is made special for locals. Offer ends December 19. Participating IGA stores only. Excludes IGA local grocer and Foodland.
The Samtas Seafoods pre-Christmas sale is on now. Absolutely unbeatable prices on South Australian cooked and caught king prawns for your festive season. How's this? Extra large king prawns at $26.99 a kilo and freshly cooked crayfish from $87.80 a kilo. Or grab Samtas Seafood snap frozen kilo packs of your favourite kinds of seafood. Mix and match 4 kilos, just $60. Don't miss their pre-Christmas sale on now. Samtas Seafoods, factory direct with convenient on-site free parking, Richmond Road, Richmond. Open Sunday too.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy and 21 with the 7:30 news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
From chips to replacements, make Complete Windscreens your insurer repairer of choice. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
6 teenagers have been arrested following a housebreak in at Crafers and a pursuit through the northern suburbs. Police were called to Crafers after a man reported 3 youths inside his home and 3 more out the front. Senior Constable Kimberly Broad says they fled in a black Mazda SUV and led police on a chase through the northern suburbs.
We did eventually spike the car's tyres. It's just after 3 a.m. on the Salisbury Highway, and the vehicle eventually came to a stop at Mawson Lakes, where we've arrested the driver and 5 occupants.
All 6, ranging in age from 13 to 17, are being interviewed by police. NAPLAN results are out today, with Glenunga International High School remaining in top spot among secondary schools. Year 5 and 9 numeracy skills have seen big improvements, while students from Lucendale to Mount Barker and Whyalla have all had top scores. Roads are cut in far north Queensland as ex-tropical cyclone Jasper makes its way across the region. Rainfall totals of up to 540 millimetres have been recorded north of Port Douglas in just 12 hours, forcing residents to be evacuated. Major flood warnings are in place for the Daintree and Mossman River. US Congress has this morning passed a bill allowing the sale of AUKUS nuclear-powered submarines to Australia. It gives the federal government the go-ahead to authorise the purchase of at least 3 Virginia-class subs. But former CIA operative Bob Baer says he believes the milestone deal serves an underlying purpose.
The United States really would like to have Australia as an ally in these coming conflicts, in the Red Sea with the Houthis, in the Pacific, of course, with China. So the United States is ready to open up its arms inventory to roll in Australia. It's that simple.
While the Russian president says there'll be no peace in Ukraine until Moscow's achieved its goals. In his first major news conference since Russia launched its full-scale invasion nearly 2 years ago, Vladimir Putin insisted the war was going well and there was no need to mobilise any more reservists.
The stream of our men who are ready to defend the interests of the homeland with weapons in their hands is not diminishing. Altogether, there'll be just under 500,000 men by the end of this year. Why do we need a mobilisation?
The life of legendary entertainer Barry Humphries will be celebrated in a state memorial at the Sydney Opera House this morning. Best known for his alter egos Dame Edna Everage and Sir Les Patterson, the comedian died in April at the age of 89. The service will feature a message from the King and tributes and performances from others. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Kendall. Dave Warner has silenced the doubters, smashing his way to his 26th Test century off just 125 balls on day one of the West Test. Australian cricket legend Michael Hussey says it was an incredible innings.
His performance has not been up to scratch over the last sort of 18 months, and it's just another example of you can't write off a champion player, and we've just seen it so often with someone like him.
Warner finished with 164 as the Aussies reached 5 for 346 at stumps. Meantime, in overseas action, India has smashed South Africa in their T20 clash in Johannesburg by 106 runs, while the West Indies have just beaten England again, winning their T20 match and St George's by 10 runs. To soccer, with top spot already secure ahead of the knockout stages, Liverpool fielded its youngest ever side for a European football match with an average age of just 22. And the Reds went down 2-1 to Belgian side at Union Saint-Gilloise in the Europa League, the winner coming late in the opening half.
From the left. Now it's action down the Union left and played in nicely. Oh, and Keller has been beaten. What a strike that is from Cameron Puertas.
Audio there thanks to Stan Sport. In other matches on right now, it's about to enter the second half. West Ham 2-0 up against Freiburg. Brighton and Marseille are locked at 0-0, while it's currently 2-2 between Real Betis and Scottish side Rangers. And Rebecca Welch will become the first female referee of an English Premier League match in Fulham's clash with Burnley on Christmas Eve. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now to the traffic.
G'day there, traffic is looking really good, running like a Swiss watch, which is fantastic. Best watermain to look out for though, that's at Wingfield, Hanson Road near Francis Road, but no great delays there. Lane closed at Lockleys, Henley Beach Road near Rolls Road, and look out for works at Dry Creek this morning, Salisbury Highway near the Wingfield interchange. You will find cameras today, Barossa Valley Way, Sandy Creek, and Carlton Road at Gawler East. Get $15 off at Coles when you spend $170 or $25 off when you spend $250 or more online, and use code FESTIVE. Ends December 26. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now to the weather, partly cloudy and 21 today, more of the same tomorrow, sunny on Sunday 29 and a possible shower for Monday 34. At the moment 15. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA's Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
7:36, good morning to you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning, 15th of December. You've got 9 days to get down to the Central Market before Christmas. They are open Christmas Eve, so if you're running late on the 24th, you can pop down here. But very excitingly, David, we're joined here by Christmas and Markets royalty, Barbara Knoll. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning and a Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you too, Barbara. And I was wandering around before. The thing about the market is it ends up being part of your DNA as a South Australian. Wandering from Lucia's over to Charlesworth, past my old stomping ground at McMahon's. But you guys at Barossa Fine Foods, you've been part of the fabric here for donkey's years, haven't you?
33 years.
33?
Yes.
And have you been here the whole 33?
Correct, yeah. So France and I started here. That's actually how our whole business started.
Because it was called Barossa Meats for a long time, wasn't it?
No, it was always Barossa Fine Foods.
Was it?
Yes, and we actually thought...
So people like me have been calling it by the wrong name.
No, Barossa Fine Foods. So that was the name.
Yeah.
And when we came to purchase it, we thought, wow, this is actually us.
Yeah.
Because we're German heritage.
For sure.
We love wine. We love to make food. So what a beautiful combination.
The Barossa thing too, like you think about, Maggie Beer, and you think about places like, what was that little, was it called the Worst House in the main street that used to sell the black puddings and, it's, the heritage is still so rich. The German heritage, I mean, my mum's maiden name, she's a Fitzner, and they're all from the northern part of the Barossa. They were Silesians, they came out in the 19th century, it's still a living, breathing heritage, isn't it?
It's actually huge, and I think the whole food culture has also been handed down. So our pickle mixture that we use for our ham on bones is what my father-in-law used to do by hand pickling hams. We have machinery now that does it, but it's still that same recipe.
So it's like traditional German family cooking, but now on an industrial scale.
Correct. Because you've got all the compliance things that you need to, adhere to. But basically,
But
these
recipe-wise,
recipes,
it's the same.
stays the same. Yep.
So what's the scale of the project like in the lead up to Christmas? Like, how many hams are you making?
Well, I did actually ask my older son, who heads production at the factory, and it's something like 9,000 hams produced, and about 1,200 of the special free-range hams that we do. So it is huge. But I actually think a Christmas ham on bone is still the centrepiece of Christmas.
Yeah, totally.
And I think it's a little bit underrated because there's so much you can do with a ham.
Oh,
you can glaze it, you can have it just cold, and it just feeds a multitude of people.
And then, of course, there's the leftovers too. Best part of Christmas, I reckon.
And also, you've got the ham, you've got the knuckle end at the end. Pop in the freezer, and you revisit that ham at winter time for your soup.
The blue boiler peas, chuck them in, off you go.
Bob, what's your favourite thing at Christmas time, specifically at the markets? Obviously, you guys are flat out with your 9,000 hams, but when you stop and look around at this time of year, what is your personal favourite thing?
Well, I think there's obviously people shop all over Adelaide, but Christmas is people traditionally come to the market. So you see people once a year, and they come here and do their shopping, and we're actually honoured that they still actually come to the market. It's part of their DNA, their routine, what they do, and it's there is an absolute buzz here. We actually had relatives here just before Christmas, before COVID, and he said the buzz in the market is something he has never seen before. So we're very, very blessed here.
Do you have, without picking favourites, and apart from your own stall, do you have a favourite stall you like to shop at?
There's a few actually. I think depending on what you need. Haig's chocolates, a lot of the fruit and veg guys. I don't know. I think you can find something in the market. Looking for something. Jagger Fine Foods have a lot of interesting things to go to. I just think the market as a whole, you're looking for something, you can find it here.
It's changed a lot too over the years, hasn't it? It's become a bit of a dining destination as well.
Yeah, I think we're super fortunate if you think all the cultures that we have within the market.
Because you've got that great South American place that does the paellas down in the corner. You've got the Algerian chap who makes his wonderful couscouses, and he makes a good Algerian paella as well.
Yes.
Brilliant food.
Gives you a date as you walk past.
Right. You can't sit down without having a date stuffed in your gob down there.
So
it's terrific.
Yeah, and you've got your Greek, your Italian. There's just a fantastic mix in here.
Yeah. And there's some things that have gone over the years. But remember Athens?
Yes.
That continental shop that was there.
Yes, I do remember
that was
Athens.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's funny how because there's a lot of stuff now that back in the 80s you could only buy it at the Central Market. Even something like coriander, I reckon. Well, you never see it in the supermarkets. You had to come in here to go to the Asian shops to buy stuff like that.
Exactly. But I mean, you've got the Asian grocer. They come direct from their farms. So I still think the market is the go-to place.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If you need to get some rare herb or something like that, it's just excellent. Well, you're lucky to be part of this because it's just a brilliant culture, isn't it? And for your family too, it's an extension of your own heritage as well.
Well, I was actually, when we did the unveiling for the bench for Stefan and Maria Ulyanov, so if you want to go talk to him, he's got his own bench now that you can sit down and talk to him. He's 90.
Oh, wow.
But I was talking to the guys, and our children all grew up in the market.
Yeah.
And you had the kids from Lucia Fine Foods. From organic, so we all knew each other. Our kids grew up, and that's a very special time, and our kids will remember that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Barbara, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We know you're busy. This is your 33rd or 34th Christmas.
Correct.
We'll let you get back to it. It is 7:43. The market is buzzing, so we'll let you hop back to it.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll take some more of your calls and flashback with Michael Smith. But first, here's traffic.
Thanks, Lucy. Roads are looking really good for Friday, which is excellent. The Southern Expressway, accident and breakdown free. Northern Connector looking the goods. Do have a burst water main to keep him on at Wingfield, Hanson Road near Francis Road, but no great delays there. And you will find a lane closed today for works at Salisbury Park Terrace near Paternoster Road. Cameras are still out. You'll find them Adams Road, Craigmore, and Blacktop Road at One Tree Hill. Give the gift of adventure this Christmas at Anaconda with 40% off all clothing by Gondwana. Play more and pay less at Anaconda. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get great value Christmas dishes for every budget at Coles. Like Coles RSPCA approved whole chicken was $5.50, now down to just $4.50 a kilo. That's great value hands down at Coles.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital Henley Beach. We all hear that access to general practitioners is increasingly difficult. Healthcare costs are escalating and many question the value for money when accessing GPs. Western GP Clinic are proud to boast a level of care and expertise encompassing a holistic approach, whilst providing a value option. To discuss your GP questions, call 1300 934 325. That's 1300 934 325 or visit westernhospitalgp.com.au.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Local and experienced trade specialists.
For a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Don't miss the Solitaire Volkswagen Summer Spectacular on now. As SA's largest Volkswagen dealer, we have plenty of stock available now for immediate delivery. And we won't be beaten on price. Visit Solitaire Volkswagen Hawthorn and Medindi today. DL 65541.
If you've ever wondered what the extra stands for in Physio Extra, that's easy.
Extra everything. Extra time with every appointment.
Extra care with a genuine hands-on approach to healing.
Extra expertise. Extra treatment options.
Extra appointments with same-day treatments available. Extra convenient because we have 6 Physio Extra locations around Adelaide. That's right, 6.
It's the extra in Physio Extra that makes all the difference. Visit physioextra.com for your nearest location or call for a same-day appointment.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
Good morning to you and a very, very Merry Christmas from the Adelaide Central Markets. I just looked up the weather in Clare by accident. 12 degrees in Clare, if you're in Clare this morning. 15.7 currently in the Adelaide CBD, going for a top of 22 today, partly cloudy. No fire danger rating, luckily, even though it is mid-December, but the UV index is still sitting at 12 extreme, so if you are out and about this morning, slip, slop, slap, seek and slide, is that the ad?
Yes, that's right. I'm going to be doing a bit of that later. I'm hitting the Saxton Park Golf Course. What's going on there?
Ooh, that's a nice bit of feedback for us of our OB kit, but that's right, we're still here, we're still on air, I think. That's all right. Let's get to some more of your phone calls this morning. We're asking 8223 what is your word that sums up your 2023? We've got a seafood tray to give away ahead of Christmas, all thanks to Fair Seafood at Stall 12. Linda in Heathfield, how are you going this morning?
Oh, good morning. Merry Christmas to you two guys.
Thank you, Linda. What's your word of the year?
Hooray. Hooray for ringing up with courage to talk on the radio. Hooray for surviving cancers. Hooray for getting in touch with long-time friends. Hooray for joining this beautiful walking group up here in the hills that gets me out and keeps me sane.
Oh, that's very positive of you, Linda. Where do you walk with your group? Is it somewhere different every time, or do you have the same walking track?
It's all scheduled. We do repeat them, but they're all beautiful walks up here with the Bridgewater Adelaide Hills walking group. Fantastic.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for your call, Linda. Merry Christmas to you. Let's go to Greenwith. David, good morning.
Yes, good morning. My word is unjust. The reason is that if the judicial system in this state had to work under KPIs like the rest of us, then they'd all be looking for work.
Yeah, okay, I'm not going to comment at all about that, but a worthy entry. Good on you, Dave. Thank you, mate. Have a good Christmas.
Let's go to South Brighton, a man who was just in here having his early morning coffee. Dave, South Brighton, morning, mate.
Morning, guys. My word of the year is a fortunate one. I was fortunate enough to be able to drive in to see you guys this morning in about 15 minutes from Brighton into the city with hardly any traffic. Fortunate enough that all my family are healthy and well, and fortunate enough that we're not being bombed or blasted away and scrubbling through rubble from different reasons. And so, all in all, mate, overall we live in a very, very, very fortunate place. And we have no great weather extremes and everything. So, mate, have a great Christmas break, Davo. And Lucy, I'll look forward to listening to you for the next couple of weeks, and have a great time. It's been good interacting through the year.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for your calls. 8223 keep those calls coming. Just a few little notes before we get to Michael Smith with Flashback. If you are a regular user of the Gawler train line, there is a full closure for the Gawler line this weekend. The closure is from the first service tomorrow morning through to the last service on Sunday night. So no Gawler line this weekend. If you're a train user, substitute buses between the railway station on North Terrace and Gawler Central will run though, so just be aware if you are wanting to take the Gawler train line this weekend, there will be substitute buses instead on Saturday and Sunday.
It's a bit of an inconvenience for the good people of Gawler. What's the rationale for that? Like electrifying it?
Hopefully just
37 years after that promise was first made. Now, they have already electrified it.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully they're just maintaining it and maintaining it well for the weekend.
Yeah.
It is now time for our Flashback segment with Michael Smith.
It's time to Flashback with Michael Smith.
Good morning to you, Michael. Merry Christmas from the markets.
Good morning, Lucy. Merry Christmas to you, and Feliz Navidad, Señor Pemberty. Before I forget... Feliz Navidad. Before I forget, que tengas un buen viaje a Mexico, señor Pemberty. Hope you have a great time.
Muchísimas gracias, Miguel, y obviamente todavía puedes hablar español desde tu tiempo en Honduras.
Yes, indeed. We should speak English, though, for most of our audience. Probably.
All I said was clearly you still speak excellent Spanish from that time you spent in Honduras. It was Honduras, wasn't it?
It was for a year. A couple of years after you went to Mexico, I think.
Yeah. Where were you in? What's the capital? Tegucigalpa?
Beautiful downtown Tegucigalpa. Wouldn't recommend it as a holiday destination.
Yeah, they've had a few problems there, haven't they? Honduras and the old El Salvador next door too, haven't they?
I think technically Honduras has the highest murder rate in all of Latin America, so you're better off going to Mexico, David.
It's all relative, I guess, isn't it?
Flashback this week, we are celebrating the remarkable evolution of a great South Australian event, an event which had really humble beginnings, in fact, in a car park in Underdale, but now attracts hundreds of competitors every year and thousands of spectators. I'm talking about the Pedal Prix. Now, Lucy, I know that your old school was always very competitive in the Pedal Prix. Did you ever take part?
I didn't take part, no. They loved the old Pedal Prix, and my dad actually got Pedal Prix started up at Clare at St Joseph's Primary Catholic School, so my dad was more of the Pedal Prix champion than I was and brought down the kids from the country, but it's an institution really for kids who just go whizzing around the Vic Park racetrack.
Well, in fact, yeah, of course, that is these days the main event's held at Murray Bridge. You're right, though. There's a shorter event held at Vic Park. There are also events in Tailem Bend and Mount Gambier. But it's been fascinating looking back through the archive to see how it started back in 1985. It was put together by the Technology Teachers Association, who were really trying to revolutionise the curriculum back then. Only about a dozen teams took part in that first one in the old car park of what was then the Underdale College of Advanced Education. And they had to have four wheels, very sort of rudimentary steel structures, very little in terms of safety, no helmets, no roll bars. They didn't even have floors in the cars. It quickly grew, though. It ended up going to the old Oaklands Park Road Traffic Safety Centre before it went to Adelaide. Do you remember that, David?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of kids would have learnt how to drive down there back in the 70s and 80s.
Exactly. It meant it even outgrew that, so it went to the Adelaide International Raceway before ending up now at Murray Bridge around Sturt Reserve there. I've caught up with Rob Sperling, who's a former science teacher. He's been involved in the Pedal Prix for 25 years. He's the chief scrutineer these days, and he says it's remarkable how the technology has evolved.
Over the years, we've modified different things. When they first started off, they didn't even have floors. Now we have to have floors over the whole vehicle. stops feet hitting the road, stops hands, everything else getting on the road. They didn't really have a lot of rules about wearing helmets or having roll bars or side protection. So now that students are in engineered capsules, and the vehicles are really quite safe.
And you want them to be.
Some of that old footage, Michael. I was going to say, you wonder, in this day and age, you'd probably get arrested if you tried to put a school-age student in one of those 1980s versions of the cars.
Well, exactly right. There's the famous crash corner at Victoria Park Racecourse, and when they get speed up and they all collide like 10-pin pins or dominoes around that corner, it makes a hell of a noise. But as Rob was saying, they are remarkably safe vehicles these days, and it's all about team building and working together. It's sort of art meets science meets sport. A great event that's continued to evolve now. There are probably kids who took part in the original one who've got kids of their own involved in the Pedal Prix these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michael, I know you said it was safe, and everyone, all your footage has said everything now being really safe. I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't go around in a Pedal Prix car.
Well, given my wussy conduct the other week with the hot lap plan at the V8s, I'm probably not much of a chance of being a starter either. Hey, Michael, thank you so much for all your excellent contributions during the year, mate. We love flashbacks, and I hope that you have a muy feliz Navidad yourself.
Thank you, Senor Bembasi, and have a great trip to Mexico. Thanks, guys.
Good on you, mate. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. We are down here at the Central Markets this Christmas season. I wish we were here every day, really. It's just a wonderful place to be. The coffee machines are cranking.
We could do the show once a year from Highmarsh Square. What do you think?
So out of the remaining 48 weeks, you want to be out on the road?
You just come to the market every day. Great. Just, do your shopping straight afterwards.
Your words, not mine, David. Your words. A couple of prices for you if you're coming down to the markets to get your Christmas goodies. Riverland peaches, $7.99 a kilo this morning. Adelaide Hills Gala apples, $4.99 a kilo. Over at Standham Small Goods, you can get some smoked Karansky, $24.99 a kilo.
Standham's, and talking before to Barbara about the German heritage that's epitomised by Barossa food. Standham's are like your sort of Polish, Slavic, Baltic, all of those excellent traditions and a lot of German stuff too, but like every sausage known to man is available at Standham's. I love that place.
You know what, if you can't find it at Standham's, you can also head to Meat at the Market. We've got exceptional butchers here.
Yeah, they're good. They're really
just down
good
the road,
too.
thanks to Kim there. Over at Coco's, if you want some extra large Queensland pineapples, they are $9.99 each. Watermelon, $3.99 a kilo. It is the summer seasonal watermelon time, which I love.
$10. That must be a pretty impressive pineapple.
It says XL of my notes here. XL Queensland
That'll be good
pineapples,
for making one of those
$9.99.
1970s style pineapple and cherry boats. Put a bit of French onion dip out and put on your
so is that like the retro cob loaf? Which
put on Boz Skaggs Silk Degrees in the background and fire up the vermouth and lemonade.
And if you're heading over to Angelakis Brothers, who've also been here for as many years as probably Barossa Fine Foods, to be honest, fresh turkey thigh, $22.99 a kilo, and chicken drumsticks, $8.99 a kilo.
Yum.
Our seafood tray today is all thanks to Fair Seafood. They are brand new to the market, so we welcome them to this excellent place. You can find them at Stall 12. We're asking you for your 2023 word that sums up basically whatever happened in your life this year. Brad in Monterey Hill, good morning.
Morning, Dave and Luce. How you going in there?
Good, thanks, Brad. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you. And, anyway, I hope you all have a good Christmas and New Year, and hope Father Christmas brings you what you want.
You too, Brad. Thank you, mate.
Righto. Now, my word, I'll have to explain it, it's consistent. Now, the reason why that I say consistent is, well, I put it in footy terms here. I'm in the last quarter of a footy game in my life. So I've seen a bit and been around the place a fair bit. Every year, as long as I can remember, it's always been a journey of, every year it's been a journey of constant change, monumental events, unknowns, upheavals, changing the guards, marriages, deaths, all that. So each year over the journey sort of welds into being consistent with every other year.
Yeah, it's a good way.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So, it's part of it. very philosophical of you, Brad. We're part of a sort of continuum of time.
Thank you, Brad. Let's go to Croydon Park. Vic, good morning. What's your word?
Bertrand Russell just...
Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, Pembo. Happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. My word is demonstrable.
Demonstrable?
Because of
Why?
the wars, the woke crap, the government is on another planet, and my father died this year, so that wasn't good either.
Oh, mate, commiserations. No good. No good. Never a good time to lose a loved one.
Thank you for all your contributions, Vic. Often he rings up with a dad joke, which I'm very appreciative of. I always welcome dad jokes to the show.
They're good.
8223 0000. We'll get to some more of your calls after 8 o'clock. But
We have a
coming
special
up next,
breaking at 8 too, don't we,
a
Liz?
very, very special breaking at 8.
Because we live to give.
We live to give. It's a festive season, and this prize is courtesy of St John's Home Lottery. But a very, very special breaking at 8 announcement coming up after the 8 o'clock news.
Hey Strikers fans, it's Matt Short here. Are you ready to watch us take on the Thunder? We're back at Adelaide Oval Tuesday, December 19. Get there and support the team as we take on the Sydney Thunder from 6:45pm. It's the perfect night out with family and friends at the best cricket ground in the world. Tickets are available now from adelaidestrikers.com.au, starting from just $29 for adults and $5 for kids. Adelaide Strikers, our city, our team.
At Chrissy, we love to buy a leg of ham or use it for every meal. Breakfast, fried on the barbecue, lunch, dinner, the works. So it's nice to know Drake's have dropped prices across a range of Christmas favourites to make Christmas more affordable. Drake's Supermarkets, ingredients for Christmas.
If you're constipated and struggling to poo, here's some great news. Introducing Caruso's Constipation Ease. Caruso's Constipation Ease is a new herbal and fibre combination containing cascara, yellow dog, fennel and green banana powder. These help to relieve constipation by making it easier for you to poo. So if you're struggling to poo and would like to poo more, why not try Caruso's Constipation Ease? Caruso's Constipation Ease is available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Back by popular demand. They paid me to say that. Another Christmas carol from the team at Adelaide Exposed Concrete.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Saviour was born on Christmas Day to save us all from...
Time's up! Don't give up your day job. Adelaide Exposed Concrete. Best on ground all year round. Just not caroling.
Motoring with Adelaide Hills Motor Group.
If you're looking to get more out of your motoring, head up Glen Osmond Road and spend some time here at Adelaide Hills Motor Group. Take a look through the range of pre-owned premium SUVs, 4x4s, 7-seaters and more. Treat yourself and take a look at the Ineos Grenadiers on display while you're here. Everyone here is a serious motoring enthusiast, no salespeople. They just want to get you on the road in something special. Come and take a look. See you soon at Adelaide Hills Motor Group, Glen Osmond Road at Fullerton.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy and 21 with the 8 o'clock news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
Chipped windscreen? Complete Windscreens can repair it from just $99. Look for the big red koala.
Police have arrested 6 teenage boys after a pursuit from the hills to the northern suburbs this morning. Just after 2 a.m, a man in Crafers reported 3 people in his home and another 3 outside. All 6 teens fled in a black Mazda SUV which had been stolen from Tea Tree Gully earlier this week. They led police on a chase to Mawson Lakes where the car's tyres were spiked. Senior Constable Kimberly Broad says the boys are all being questioned.
So those 6 that have been arrested are a 17-year-old from Hackham West, 16-year-old from Noongar Downs, 3 youths from Salisbury North aged 13, 15 and 17 and a 16-year-old from Ingle Farm.
A P-plater crashed into a light pole at Elizabeth Downs last night. The Subaru sedan lost control at a roundabout on Midway Road. The 22-year-old driver wasn't hurt, but he blew .155. He's been reported for drink driving, aggravated driving without due care and breaching the conditions of his probationary licence. Australia's hope of acquiring nuclear-powered submarines is this morning a step closer to reality. US lawmakers have passed legislation paving the way for the government to purchase at least 3 Virginia-class subs. Acting Prime Minister Richard Marles says the deal couldn't have come at a better time.
It is a historic moment. It's the first time America has ever authorised the sale of a nuclear-powered submarine to any other country. We'll get this in the time frame that we announced in March, in the early 2030s, so about 10 years away. This is a really big moment. We're very grateful.
Australia's energy regulators ramping up calls for a swift transition to renewables, warning all coal power stations could shut within 15 years. More from Zach De Silva.
The energy market operator says billions of dollars in extra spending is needed to help keep the lights on as we shift away from fossil fuels. The government agency has released its draft plan for our electricity supply over the next few decades. It says the country's coal power stations will likely shut down 5 years earlier than previously forecast, leaving a 21 gigawatt-sized hole in the grid. To tackle the issue, AEMO says renewable energy production needs to triple by 2030. It's also predicting a crucial role for gas over decades to come.
SA has seen large improvements across numeracy skills in the latest NAPLAN results. They also show our largest public school, Glenunga International, has remained in the top spot for secondary schools, followed by St John's Grammar. The now ex-tropical cyclone Jasper's continuing to wreak havoc in far north Queensland. The tropical lows producing heavy rainfall, triggering several flood and severe weather warnings. Meantime, looters have targeted several Cairns businesses as clean-up efforts continue. 2 cars have been given 0 stars for safety in the latest ANCAP ratings. Gabrielle Hodson reports.
The Australasian New Car Assessment Program has crash tested the latest Mahindra Scorpio and the MG5, giving them no stars at all. The Mahindra sells for about $42,000, and testers found the large SUV had poor adult passenger protection, especially for third row or centre passengers, and lacked crash avoidance technology. The Chinese-made MG5 retails for $25,000, but ANCAP found the sedan had substandard protection for the chest and legs of adults and lacked features such as lane keep assist. Both car makers say their models met Australian design rules and have vowed to revamp future versions to make them safer.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Kendall. Australia has had a dominant start to the first test against Pakistan, finishing at 5 for 346 at stumps on day 1 in Perth. Dave Warner was the star of the show, responding to criticism in the lead-up with a mammoth 164.
Well, this man, he writes his own scripts. If you knock him, he'll punch right back. Davey Warner at his belligerent best. Another Test match 100 to savour in his farewell Test series.
Audio there thanks to Fox. Let's go to football. The controversial Braden Maynard smothering case in the Collingwood-Melbourne qualifying final has led to a major overhaul of the bump rule. Players who lay a bump in the act of smothering will now be suspended. Meantime, Adelaide has said goodbye to ruck Montana McKinnon after she was traded to Richmond as part of an incredible 11-club trade. The 22-year-old played 31 games for the club, the Crows and Port now preparing for Monday's AFLW draft. Let's go to soccer, and Adelaide United's players are in Sydney ahead of tonight's big game against the Wanderers, the Reds looking to respond after 2 losses in a row. Meantime, it's approaching full-time in Europa League action this morning with West Ham leading Freiburg 2-0. It's still goalless between Brighton and Marseille, while it's 2-2 between Real Betis and Rangers. One game in the NBL overnight with Melbourne United cementing its position at the top of the ladder following a convincing 106 to 78 point win against the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. And Greg Norman says he's been inundated with requests from top players to join John Rahm's new Live golf team. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now on to the traffic.
Morning there. Touchwood, she is looking really good on the roads today. The freeway accident and breakdown free, Northern Connector looking good, and the Southern Expressway flowing well. Thank you very much. Do have some works to look out for at Lockleys today. Henley Beach Road near Rolls Road and a lane closed at Hope Valley. Grange Junction Road near Valley Road. You'll find cameras Adelaide Road, Gawler South and Lingdog Road at Gawler East. Want free donuts? Head to Donut King and enjoy 6 free cinnies when you buy any 6 donuts. Yes, absolutely free. Only a donut king. Conditions apply. See website for details. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather, partly cloudy and 21 today, more of the same tomorrow. Sunny on Sunday, 29, and a possible shower Monday, 34. At the moment, 17. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at
Live from Adelaide Central Markets, this is 5AA's Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
8:08 this Friday morning. We're feeling very Christmassy down here at the markets, Dave. We've got
Certainly is.
a packed little food court here, sitting in front of Atlas Cafe and Vegas Poultry and Providore Chocolates and the yogurt shop. And please come down and see us. Duck into Lucia's. They're looking pretty packed at the moment. Everyone getting
Always
their
packed.
Friday morning coffees. Please come and see us. We'd love to see you before 9 o'clock this morning. Pop in and start some of your Christmas preparation, your food, your gifts, literally anything you can get here.
Absolutely. Just come in to eat.
Just come in for breakfast.
I was just chatting to the excellent chap who runs Le Souk, that Algerian joint, where every time you sit down you get a complimentary date, and he was he's promised to come back with some dates for us, Lee, so brace yourself.
If you're looking for some Christmas cherries, you can head into McMahon's or Thompson's. They have got cherries for $24 a kilo. They are brand new season cherries, as well as plums, $9.99 a kilo on sale. I just love the summer fruits at this time of year. Reminder too, you can jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook live stream. People just sending their Merry Christmas wishes. Thank you so much for tuning in this year, and thank you to Brookie, who keeps us afloat on the live stream all year. Our eye on the sky, our eye at the market, iPad on a stick today. iPad on a stick with headphones even. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in there. You can watch. David was roaming a little while ago. Sam's going to be out roaming for us in a moment.
Excellent.
Just a reminder for some trading hours for the markets. David, I know you're about to start your Christmas shopping here.
9:01 it starts. Seriously. I think I'll buy some of those hampers from Lucia's. They look great.
So from Friday, December the 22nd, the market's open till 9 p.m. On the 23rd, from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. Then on Christmas Eve, they're not usually open on a Sunday, the markets, but they are on Christmas Eve, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. Now, David, yesterday we had the opportunity to make a very special phone call to someone.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
And we've turned it into a very special breaking date. Now, she has remained anonymous. You'll hear this phone call.
And the reason why will become apparent very soon. There is a multi-million-dollar reason behind the anonymity.
That's right. It is 10 minutes past 8, and it's time for Breaking at 8. Well, David, it is a special Breaking at 8 today because we have the absolute great pleasure of announcing the winner of the St John's Christmas Home Lottery's biggest grand prize ever. We're about to read out someone whose life is about to be changed. Now, the options are for the winner today. They get to choose between a fully furnished waterfront home on prestigious Island Point, just a stone's throw from the iconic Tennyson Beach, or a cash-out prize of $4.5 million of cold, hard cash instead. I can't believe we're about to speak to a winner and announce them. They don't know yet.
What a choice.
And they get to choose between the two.
There's no bad choice here. So the house is worth $4.7 million. You got a Porsche in the driveway, all the wine you'll ever need, plus $250,000 in the bank. But then the alternative, $4.5 million. $4.5 million. Like, you could buy a crackerjack cheaper house somewhere else and keep the rest on holidays and whatever.
The St John's Christmas Home Lottery, it's an incredibly generous prize. Let's face it, either of them, and we love to support the St John's who do incredible work across South Australia, across all the years, and it's been a particularly tough years, and people have really been needing the support of St John's, so we're only too thrilled to be able to support them in this way by announcing their biggest grand prize ever winner in a moment. We've got a couple of people on the line. Should we get into it, David? Find out who our winner is?
Let's do it.
I'm going to read out the ticket number, so I hope our short list of people have their numbers handy. If not, that's okay. We'll still find our winner. The ticket number is H23079367.
Yes.
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you. You are our grand prize winner.
You're kidding me. Is this a joke?
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. We wouldn't do that. This is Dave and Lucy, and we're telling you that you have won your choice of a $4.7 million house and Porsche or, alternately, if you'd prefer, $4.5 million cash.
Do I have to choose now?
Use this
Hang
as
on, I've got
thinking
to find
time.
something to drink to celebrate.
I tell you what, make it something expensive, because either way you're going to have plenty of cash in the bank.
Oh, dear. I just can't believe it. I think I said to you yesterday, I never win anything. It doesn't matter if there are only 2 tickets in a lottery, I would always get the loser. I can't believe it.
Well, not this time. You have either won $4.5 million of cash or a 4.7 home, car and cash joint prize. Do you have any idea which one you're going to choose?
I haven't seen the house.
I haven't even seen the house, or it is
Take
stunning.
it from us, it's pretty good. It's a fully furnished masterpiece.
I'm sure it is, but I would still like to see it first, make up my mind.
I'm sure St John's will be able to take you on a tour for you to see.
Well, I don't think we have to, absolutely force your hand right now, because it's a big decision, and it's. But I guess the good thing is there's no bad decision, is there?
I just can't. Look.
Can we ask you a
gone
bit
wrong for me this year. I tell you, everything that could possibly go wrong had gone wrong.
Oh, really?
And now you've done this, and I'm flabbergasted. I'm more than flabbergasted. It's a good job I am sitting down, because I think I'd be on the floor by now.
So have you had a bit of a tough year?
Very tough, and I just can't believe it.
Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first person you call and tell?
I don't know. I can't think. No one's going to give me. This is the thing. They're going to know you're joking around. You're always the joker.
We could not be happier for you, and it's a lot to take in. If someone rang me and said you've won either a $4.7 million house or $4.5 million cash, but you're well and truly set now either way. It's incredible.
No, it's wonderful. Can they send me out some details of the house?
Absolutely. Don't you worry. The people at St John's Lottery will be giving you a call. Don't you worry about that.
Thank you so much. I don't know. I've got to go and try and find a bottle of something to drink now.
Congratulations to you. We're really thrilled to be able to announce you as our St John Christmas Home Lottery biggest grand prize winner today.
How good was that?
It was a lovely phone call to make.
Yeah,
it was just a wonderful time.
And that poor woman, I think she was probably still in a state of total shock. Because your first instinct would be to think this is some sort of prank.
I know. Well, I did a ring around to the shortlisted ones and just said, have your phones on you, just in case you are the winner.
Yeah.
And all of them on that initial phone call said, is this a scam? No, it's not a scam.
Right.
We're giving away this prize.
Yeah.
Now, we are down here at the Central Markets, plenty of traders in full swing at 8:15 this morning, and we're going to cross over to Sam Dado, roaming producer extraordinaire. Sam, whereabouts are you?
David and Lucy at O'Connell Meats, and it's with a legend of the markets. You'll hear him often here on 5AA. Tony O'Connell, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I am well. Now, this is the build-up to Christmas. We're a week away. What are we going to expect for the busyness here?
Oh, today will be busy. A lot of Christmas shows the weekend. We've got a lot of meats ordered for barbecues and pre-Christmas office parties today. Fundraisers as well, but next week it'll all be about hams, turkeys. Pork rolls are huge this year. We've got so many ordered, and we'll be rolling all day. And a lot of people bringing their own seasoning in, so we can roll it up for them so they know what they've got in their seasonings.
So how many hams would you reckon you've got on order and ready to go for the next few weeks?
On order we would have 1,600 quite easy. Yeah, and just making more. It's time of year we sell a lot of ham, but we sell a lot of ham after Christmas too. New Year's Eve's very popular for hams, and through the summer months.
So you got your Christmas staples, your hams, your turkey and all that. What's something else you might have that people are looking for this Christmas?
I have noticed a lot of beef. A lot of people order beef for roasting, so joints of beef. Looks like the forecast is around that 26, we think. So people are doing beef as well as pork, as well as turkey and ham. As I was saying, rolled loins of pork, something easy to slice, very, very popular. Racks of lamb this time of year, and the lamb's really cheap at the moment, so they've been sought after. And rolled seasoned legs of lamb, another popular cut this year.
Thank you for joining us, Tony. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hope the business over the next few weeks are really good for you.
Thank you. Thanks to 5AA. They support the market very well.
No worries, Tony. And as I go for a bit of a walk, just as you can jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, the market's really coming to life this morning. You got people bustling everywhere. I'm walking past some of the Cons fruit and veg, as David said earlier, $5 for $5 avocados. You got bananas, $3 a kilo. Sweet raspberries, 2 for $5 or $3 each for the punnets. It's just a mecca, a hive of activity here, and it's an excellent way, I think, for us to spend this morning heading into Christmas with everyone around. Hi, we're live on 5AA. What's your name?
Jan?
Jan, what are you doing here at the market this Friday morning? What are you searching for?
I'm searching for fruit and vegetables, but they're always cheaper here.
Are you a market regular?
Every Friday.
Every Friday. So do you sense how busy this gets in the lead up to Christmas? Everyone else gets the vibe and comes along?
They certainly do, yes. We come here early so that we can avoid the crowd.
Do you have any little favourites around the market?
What's our favourites? Do you have any favourites? He has the health store.
Health store, no worries.
Is the favourite, and mine's the fruit store.
No worries. Thank you for joining me. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And as we keep going for a bit more of a walk, hey David, this is pretty fun. We're going past Wills and Daniel fruit and veg, 2 for 99 kilos for good old tomatoes. Got some lemons, big lemons, $3.99 a kilo on special. As I throw back to you guys, this place is just pretty cool. It's for somebody who didn't come to the market as a youngster. Hey, hi there. What's your name? We're live on 5AA.
Oh, hello, I'm Megan.
Megan, what are your plans this Friday morning at the market?
I come here every Friday morning, come and get my fruit and veg and meat and whatever, and I get to meet my auntie here every Friday. It's our tradition, so we come and say hello.
So what was your name?
Lovely. Margaret.
Auntie Margaret. How lead up to Christmas, the Central Market's bustling. Got any favourite stalls here in the market?
I'll look it now.
McMahon's, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you two have a lovely Christmas. Thank you for joining us at 5AA Breakfast. And as I throw back to you, David, all I can say is, Brian Taylor, eat your heart out.
That was superb work, Sam. Some of your best work. And I think Sam's missed his calling, Les. He's showing a real capacity there as a sort of, fruiterer.
He met Jan, Megan and Margaret.
That's right.
And Tony O'Connell, of course.
The nice thing about all those spontaneous chats he had was it showed how coming here is a social activity. Like, my parents come here every Thursday at 10 and they do their shopping, but then they go to Lucia's. They have a standing booking every Thursday. I think it's 11 or 11:30, but
they royalty. The
they just meet up with a whole bunch of people out the front there, and they'll just sit around and have a natter and a bit of a catch up, and so it's something where the regular customers know that it's more than a shopping experience. You're actually here with friends and family.
We are live at the Central Markets till 9 a.m, but of course they will stay open till late this afternoon for you to get all your Christmas goodies. Coming up next, we'll get to a few more news stories you should be aware of this morning, and some more of your Seafood Tray Friday calls, all thanks to Fair Seafood. But up next, we'll check your traffic.
Thanks, Lucy. A smoking truck at Brownhill Creek. It's on the side of the freeway just near the Measdays Bridge. No great dramas there, but be aware of it if you're coming in that way. Lane closed at Lockleys, Henley Beach Road near Rolls Road. Got works at Dry Creek this morning, Salisbury Harbour near the Wingfield interchange, and getting busy South Road at Theberton. Cameras today, Halsey Road, Elizabeth East and Murray Streets at Gawler. This Christmas, it's a celebration of Audi with 12 exciting offers across a range of models at your Audi dealer until December 24. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Davey Warner, in his self-proclaimed farewell series, has made 100.
Good on him.
Yeah, correct.
Belligerent. That's a good way of describing him.
Yeah, it was a very...
Well called, well called. You know what? He's made a ton. Salute to him.
Yeah.
It's 26 more than I've ever done.
Yeah.
Rowie and Timmy G.
Now, you love him, hate him, call him a flat track bully, whatever you like. He's a bloody good batsman.
You've still got to make the runs. Exactly right.
4 p.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Another Christmas carol from the team at Adelaide Exposed Concrete.
Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus.
Okay, thank you. Love your passion. If only you could sing.
I beg
beg your pardon?
I said happy carolling. Adelaide Exposed Concrete, definitely best on ground all year round.
There's taste bud titillations, decadent desires, and the presidential hamper. Merry Christmas, folks. I'm Brett Charlesworth, and they're just 3 of the mouth-watering Christmas gifts we make for you at Charlesworth Nuts. With 100 different gifts, from just $10 to $250, there is literally something for everyone. They're all beautifully handmade, they look stunning, and they're filled with the most amazing products. 11 family-owned stores or shop online. Why Charlesworth? Because fresh nuts taste better.
Now, parents, you might have noticed your kids acting a bit suspiciously lately, maybe offering to be more helpful than usual, mow the lawn, do the dishes, the works.
It can only mean one thing. Santa's Wonderland is back with sessions right through until December 24. You've got 9 days to get there.
That's
right.
right.
It is exactly where Christmas begins.
Thousands of families flock like elves every year because just one ticket gets you 3 hours of unlimited Christmas fun.
Santa's Wonderland is packed with family fun like 3 giant jumping castles, an ice skating rink, tobogganing, and 12 family-friendly carnival rides, plus an amazing 10-stop Christmas activity trail. And even better is once you're actually inside the building, there's no need to pay for extra rides. It's all included in the ticket.
That's right, and you can pre-purchase your tickets online and save, which sounds like extra money for prezzies. So don't miss Santa's Wonderland at the Adelaide Showground. It's on now until December 24. Tickets on sale through the website santaswonderland.com.au.
Want to turn your Flybuys points into dollars this Christmas? You can take $10 off for every 2,000 points you redeem. That's great value, hands down, at Coles. Minimum spend $10, limits, exclusions, and T's and C's apply.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here from 7 News. Join me and Will Goodings for Adelaide's leading news hour, 7 News, tonight at 6 o'clock.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
8:24 on this roaring Friday morning here at the market. We just heard Sam talk to some Friday morning regulars. I think those traditions are lovely. They come in every Friday.
Yep, no, it's good. Good place to be. Good place to hang out with your mates. Good place to eat and shop.
You can come and hang out with us for another half an hour if you would like to, or give us a ring, 8223 0000. Would love to hear from you with your word of the year for your 2023 to be in the running for a seafood tray. We'll get to some more of those calls a little later. Let's check on the fuel situation because petrol has jumped up to over $2 at most servos around Adelaide, but we do have some cheaper prices. All South Aussies can find the cheapest fuel in an instant. Download the free RAA app. It is $1.59. $1.59 at the following servos: the X-Convenience, Henley Beach Road, Brooklyn Park; the Ampol, South Road in Edwardstown; the OTR on Hackney Road in Hackney; and the Liberty, Main North Road, Blair Athol. If you're after some cheaper diesel, in Richmond it is $1.79 at the United on Richmond Road in Richmond. Dave, we've got a couple of texts coming through. Call into Duttons, Mount Barker or Murray Bridge, purchase a new or used vehicle and go in the draw to win $3,000. Plenty of 2023 words here.
I like this one from Ed in Golden Grove, and hopefully this is one that we can carry into 2024. He says, my word for 2023 is respect. Let's respect the past, learn from it, and going forward, let's respect each other, respect the roads, and look forward to a brighter 2024. But before then, let's just enjoy Christmas 2023. I like this one from Quentin. My word of the year is will. Will I make it to work on time? Will I ring the radio today? Will the Suns win this week? And of course, Will Goodings, the Adelaide media mogul. That's terrific from Quentin. And morning all. Dave, you'll love my word of the year. It's Glenelg. Merry Christmas from John in Mitchell Park. Well, it might as well be Glenelg, which is of course a palindrome.
Yes.
A man, a plan, a canal, Panama.
Yeah, Hannah, the name Hannah, the name Anna.
Was it a rat I saw? That's another one, another good long palindrome. Word that reads the same way forwards as backwards.
Is he referring to the Glenelg footy team?
Yes, who
well,
are the premiers.
It's the final day of us on air together, David, so it's only fitting that we throw in the North Adelaide Roosters theme song. Thank you, Jono. Thank you for adhering to the panel back there in the studio.
That's about the 5th time you played that this week, I think.
Yeah, I had Steve Maris text me with absolute glee.
We
Thank
didn't
you,
hear it in
Steve.
September.
Oh, only fair we've got to play
Are we going to retire
Andrew
that?
Goal as well. No, we're not going to retire that. Why would we do that?
Oh, you can't play it next year. It'd be so 2023.
Just some news if you're heading to the Adelaide Airport at any stage today. 150,000 people will be flying on either Qantas or Jetstar. It's the single biggest day of travel in the next few weeks. Throughout December and January, it is expected that 8.5 million people will fly on Qantas and Jetstar, but today is the biggest day over Christmas. Extra staff will be placed on reserve at the ready to combat any people who need replacing over the Christmas period. 62% of Australians will holiday within Australia this festive season. 33% of them are heading to Queensland. Well, I hope they're not going to far north Queensland. They'll still meet ex-tropical cyclone
If
Jasper.
you're going to Port Douglas, you might want to take a mop with you today. The footage of it last night was amazing. If you're flying with Virgin, you can breathe a sigh of relief because that industrial dispute with the... was it the baggage handlers? I don't know. Whoever it was.
It's been resolved, hasn't it?
they've fixed it up. So there's no industrial dramas there for Virgin passengers, and it's good that management and the unions have come to an agreement.
Far North Queensland, they're on flood watch again today. Rainfall of up to 540 millimetres were recorded in 12 hours.
It is funny, isn't it, how excited we got the other week about, we had 30 mils in the city. 30 mils, will you believe it?
I know that.
It's all relative, though.
It is all relative.
Yeah,
They get a lot more rainfall year-round anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, in winter, when we get 90 mils, it's a great winter. So if you are heading to the airport, just allow a bit of time for the delays.
Just saw
Coming
one of
up.
my uni mates walking past.
Oh, good. Well, bring them over.
Chatting to
Have
each
a
other on
chat.
air.
Why not? Why not? We love it
he
when people
wouldn't
come
talk
and
to
say
us. He hates
hi.
the media.
Coming up after 8:30, we will chat with one of our favourite producers here at the markets, Bill from House of Organics, telling us about the fresh Christmas produce in stock this summer.
That's cool, that shop, House of Organics. Really excellent, diverse range of fruit and veg.
And we'll squeeze in some more of your calls as well. But coming up next, the 8:30 news with Kendall.
When is the best time to renovate? Right now with Bathrooms by Design. Book your renovation today, pay a deposit before the end of January, and you'll receive 15% off all bathroom renovation products. That's 15% off all products for your selections for your dream bathroom. But you only have until January 31. Excludes tiles and custom glass. All tilers, plumbers, electricians and carpenters are overseen by one project manager, and your selections are all under one roof. Visit bathroomsbydesignsa.com.au.
The Samtas Seafoods pre-Christmas sale is on now. Absolutely unbeatable prices on South Australian cooked and caught king prawns for your festive season. How's this? Extra large king prawns at $26.99 a kilo and freshly cooked crayfish from $87.80 a kilo. Or grab Samtas Seafood snap frozen kilo packs of your favourite kinds of seafood. Mix and match 4 kilos, just $60. Don't miss their pre-Christmas sale on now. Samtas Seafoods, factory direct with convenient on-site free parking, Richmond Road, Richmond. Open Sunday too.
Celebrate the festive season with FIVEAA Festive Specials. Whatever you fancy, a big red to bring over to your father-in-law's barbecue, a great Prosecco for your Aperol Spritz, or a chilled carton of lager to kick off your holidays. You'll find it at FIVEAA. Or for those hot on trends, see our range of ginger beers, seltzers, craft beers and local gins. From the FIVEAA family to your family. Have a happy Christmas. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 45 years. 5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy and 21 with the 8:30 news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
From chips to replacements, make Complete Windscreens your insurer repairer of choice. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
6 teenagers have been arrested after a home invasion and pursuit in a stolen car this morning. Police were called to a house in Crafers just after 2 after the homeowner discovered 3 people inside. He shouted at them and they fled in a black Mazda SUV. Police pursued the vehicle through the northern suburbs before spiking its tyres on Salisbury Highway. The vehicle came to a stop in Mawson Lakes. A 17-year-old from Hackham West, a 16-year-old from Noarlunga Downs, a 13, 15 and 17-year-old from Salisbury North and a 16-year-old from Ingle Farm have all been charged with illegal use and traffic offences. A P-plater has lost his licence after crashing his car into a light pole in Elizabeth Downs. It's alleged the driver returned a blood alcohol reading of 0.155. Senior Constable Kimberly Broad says he's been charged with a range of offences.
He's 22, he's from Elizabeth Downs and was reported for drink driving, aggravated driving without due care and also breaching the conditions of his licence. So he's had his licence taken away for 12 months and he will be appearing in court at a later date.
Efforts to secure nuclear-powered submarines from the US have reached a major milestone. Congress has passed a bill which paves the way for the federal government to buy at least 3 Virginia-class subs. Acting Prime Minister Richard Marles says it's in Australia's national interest.
The strategic significance of Australia being able to operate nuclear-powered submarines is profound. This will be hugely important in terms of Australia's own defence and really represents the biggest leap in our own military capability in more than a century.
A world-first cancer vaccine could be a step closer. An experimental Moderna vaccine's been found to prevent the disease from returning in melanoma patients for up to 3 years when given alongside an immunotherapy drug. The company says it has the potential to treat patients suffering from a wide range of cancers. Australian entertainer Barry Humphries will be farewelled at a state memorial at the Sydney Opera House this morning. More from Emily Minnie.
Families, friends, dignitaries and fans from across Australia and the world will gather at the Sydney Opera House to celebrate the life and career of Barry Humphries. The many lives of the Australian comedy great will be on show at the service, co-hosted by the state and federal governments. Barry Humphries died in Sydney in April this year at the age of 89. TV personality Richard Wilkins will MC the memorial, which will feature tributes and performances from friends, family and entertainment figures.
2 cars have been given 0 stars for safety. The Australasian New Car Assessment Program crash-tested the latest Mahindra Scorpio and the MG5, giving them no stars at all. Both car makers say their models met Australian design rules and have vowed to revamp future versions to make them safer. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Kendall. Australia is in a strong position after the opening day of the first test against Pakistan in Perth. The home side reached 5 for 346 at stumps, with opener Dave Warner top scoring with 164. Cricketing great Michael Hussey has backed the Aussie bowling lineup to rip through the visitors today.
If you think the Pakistanis did look dangerous at various ages and got some movement, but if you add another 10 or 15 kilometres per hour on top of what the Pakistani bowlers were bowling, and they'll be more disciplined with their line and length, it could be a really tough challenge. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the Aussies sort of go through Pakistan batting order pretty quickly.
Eddie Jones is admitting he wasn't entirely truthful about his links to Japanese rugby. During his first press conference as coach, Jones concedes he did speak with officials in the lead-up to the Wallabies World Cup campaign, but he insists he only had his first job interview last week.
I feel terrible, mate, yeah, but I don't feel any guilt at all about this process, and I know you've been banging the drum fairly strongly on it, right, but I haven't had an interview until December.
Matilda's nominees Sam Kerr, Caitlin Ford and Mary Fowler have all missed out on the final 3 for FIFA's The Best Player Award. Meantime, West Ham has finished on top of its Europa League clash following a 2-0 win against Freiburg this morning. Brighton has done the same after beating Marseille 1-0, while Scottish side Rangers also progressed to the knockout stages following a dramatic 3-2 win against Real Betis. And Adelaide has smashed Canberra 27-9 in their Australian Baseball League clash in the nation's capital. The Giants put on 10 runs in the third inning and another 13 in the eighth. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Now to the traffic.
Morning there at Brown Hill Creek. A couple of breakdowns to look out for, including a smoking truck on the side of the freeway just near the Meestays Bridge. Lane closed at Lockleys today. Hindley Beach Road near Rolls Road. We're slow going at the moment. Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. Getting busy. Port River Expressway at Port Adelaide with cameras Hanson Road, Elizabeth Downs and Horrocks Highway at Roseworthy. Harris Scarf's 4-day Friends sale is on now. Save 60% off all kettles and toasters by Smith & Noble. Exclusions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now to the weather, partly cloudy and 21 today, more of the same tomorrow. Sunny on Sunday, 29, and a possible shower Monday, 34. At the moment, 17. More news as it happens on 5AA.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
8:37 on this Friday, the 15th of December. We're talking all things fun, frivolity, festiveness, food, free-range eggs over there and free-range poultry over there at Organic Vegas Poultry.
Just anything that starts with F. Is that what you're doing there, Luce?
Yep, Friday. 5AA here at the markets on a Friday.
Feijoada.
I'm slightly running out of steam.
Fajitas.
Fajitas.
One of the most comically named Mexican dishes. The kids find it very amusing when we have fajitas at home.
A man who would probably have some produce to help whip up some fajitas is Bill from House of Organics here at the desk. Morning to you, Bill.
Hey guys, how you going?
What do you ever? So, fajitas. So you need garlic, you need coriander, you need red and green capsicums, you need white onions.
Yep.
Salad onions when they're in season.
Bit of coriander on top.
Oh, yeah, off you go.
Yeah.
You got your fajitas right there. So, Bill, you're a fruiterer?
Yep.
Do you have to be a bit mad to be a fruiterer? The hours are just punishing, aren't they?
You got to be mad to be in this market, and you got to be just that little bit extra mad to be in fruit and veg. So yeah.
Because I reckon of all the stores, it does come with the highest degree of difficulty in terms of the hours.
Yep.
And the physicality of it.
Yeah, it is a high physical job. Obviously, very early in the morning, long days, but yeah, it's a really good product. It's a tangible product, something you see, you sell, you get it in fresh, you sell it out that day. So in that way, it's like very natural, very great. So, yeah.
Are you the Paraka guy? Do you have to do that?
Yeah. Well, I've sort of taken a little bit of time off the last month. I haven't been out there, just resting up for Christmas. But yeah, I've done it for 20 years. So yeah.
How many days a week do you drive out there?
I'm out 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
at what time? 2 o'clock? 3?
I usually get up about 3, leave home about 3:40, something like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you're coming to work on the breakfast show, mate.
I was going to say, Luce.
Oh, probably a bit before you, actually. I know.
You're well before David, but we're about the same time frame.
Yeah, no, I'm
I like that one.
Not that punctual.
The bus just came over, mate.
It's his last show for the year. I'll give it to him. How long have you been in the markets, Bill?
Yeah, just over 20 years. So yeah. Started there when I was pretending to go to uni and never left.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Is it a family business for you? Were your folks in it, or did you start it
not
yourself?
At all. No, as I said, I just got a little part-time job while I was spending it all at the uni bar. But 20 years later, I'm still here.
I'm amazed we didn't meet.
Well, we probably did. We just can't remember.
That's right.
But and then I bought it out. I don't know, a few years ago, 15 years ago, or something like that. And I've got my own family now, and my oldest lad's been in there a few days this week. So it's good fun.
What's your pick of the produce for this time of year?
Oh, look, it's hard to go past cherries. Christmas and cherries, they're a marriage made in heaven. Despite some tough weather conditions for those poor guys, but cherries, stone fruit at this time of year, and then people still love traditional roast. So throw a few parsnips in the oven and potatoes and pumpkin and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
I find it interesting you just pick parsnips over potatoes then.
I love parsnips.
Yeah,
it's not even a roast without parsnips.
Yeah, parsnips. There's more you can do with the parsnip than meets the eye, I reckon.
Absolutely,
like parsnip puree is really good.
Yeah, throw it in a mash. Even if you sneak it in there with the potato, you'll just be like, this is the best potato I've ever had, not even realising it's parsnip.
Parsnip soup is really good.
Yeah.
With a bit of blue cheese in it.
Yeah, well, that is not for the faint-hearted, but yeah.
Bill, you're going to become our recipe guy in a minute. David will wish we had another hour of the show.
You're right about the cherries, though. We interviewed one of the cherry growers last week after the storm, and there are a lot of fears about supply, but it looks like it's holding up all right.
It's holding up all right. It's just, you've probably noticed in the shops this week they've held back a little bit, probably left them on the tree, just to make sure that there's plenty for next week. So it's not too bad. That over the last sort of decade, they've become a lot more sophisticated with the way they farm them, and a lot of them are under a pretty heavy netting, which helps with things like hail, and it does help with the rain and stuff. And luckily, we haven't had extreme hot days straight after the rain, because that's when it wipes out the crop. But we've probably been okay, and especially the premium end of the cherries, they'll be really good. But you'll just probably see a slightly higher price than you have been in the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks for next week.
Yeah.
And that's less to do about the time of year, but more just unfortunately the 2 big storms have had come through.
Yeah, the scarcity.
Yeah.
No. Well, mate, you have a great Christmas. And House of Organics. Obviously, it is what it says on the tin. It's all organic stuff.
Yeah, store 34, 35, fruit and veg. It's fantastic and great time of year. So, anyone who's out there thinking, well, where am I going to get my Christmas shopping this year? Like, the experience of the Central Market cannot be beaten.
Yeah,
Christmas.
totally.
It's chaos, it's mayhem, but it's so much fun. Bring your kids in, have a real run around. It's so much fun. So I can't stress enough. Like, Christmas, there's no better place to shop.
100%. Couldn't agree with you
Bill,
more.
thank you so much for coming to the desk. It's a busy morning for you guys, so we'll let you get back to it, but thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much, guys.
Good to meet you, mate.
We're going to get some of your seafood tray fried articles here, Bill. I'll take your headphones. You don't have to sit here for the rest of us jabbering on for the next 20 minutes.
On you, Bill.
Your seafood tray today, all thanks to Fair Seafood. They
Get some
are
sleep, mate.
at stall 12. We're asking you for your words of your 23. Give us a word to sum up your 23, basically. We've had some great ones this morning, both positive and ominous, I'll say. Not negative, but,
Yeah, bit of a mixed bag.
Bit of a mixed bag. I think we've got Jean from Gilberton on the line. Morning, Jean.
Good morning. I think
word
that
for the year?
with my family going through what they did this year, a mastectomy, an emergency appendicitis, ovarian cyst removal, and anaphylactic shock from bee sting, and reconstruction shoulder, one of 3 operations, and my excuse me, and my own at 93 to have a total reconstruction. I can only say, amazed. We all came through.
Well, that's good that you're all still upright, Gene, because it sounds like life's thrown a few curveballs your way this year.
One thing after another, but we took it. Everybody was wonderful and positive, and to have come through. I think this Christmas we can say a big thank you.
Yeah, no, good on you, Gene. It's a great way of looking at things.
Lovely sentiment there, Jean. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Jean.
Merry Christmas. A couple here on the Duttons text line. Matt in Shardo Park, score review. I'll highlight that.
Score review.
Hyphenate it. Score review. Score review.
Yes.
One
score
here,
review.
one here, which I love from Ben. Merry Christmas. The highlight to the week is our Meat Tray Friday. His word for the year is weird, as in weather, pollies, crimes, etc. Just weird.
Yep.
I concur a bit with that. And another one here from Jill in Modbury Heights. My word is love. The love I've discovered for my first grandchild born this year. A love I never knew existed. So much love for my granddaughter. P.S. The fertiliser spreader is on eBay.
Worst Christmas presents. Flashback to yesterday's show.
Thank
Guess who I just met, Luce? Daryl, the painter extraordinaire, who sent in the wonderful portrait of Taylor Swift that he did for my daughter Soph. He popped in to say g'day, but he was telling me, so he's 66 years old, and he only started painting 2 years ago, and he had no idea that he could even do it.
Wow. Undiscovered hobby later in life.
What a cool thing to do, to just go, I might have a crack at that, and then suddenly realise, oh, I'm actually quite capable of painting.
Where's T-Swizzle sitting at the moment?
Down at the house at Aldinga, next to the stereo, in the music corner, next to my collection of old band posters that my brother-in-law designed, and a few Cervosery Putters bits of memorabilia. Nice framed picture of Destiny's Child that someone bought for me at an auction, signed by Beyonce.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, yeah, there's a few bits and pieces there.
Happy birthday to Taylor Swift, of course, earlier in this week. She turned 34. We've got another call here. There it is.
How did that happen?
Let's get to another Seafood Tray Friday call. We've got Maria in Seaton. Morning, Maria. What's your word?
Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, David. I would just like to, first of all, wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. And, hello?
Yeah, we're here.
We've got you, Maria.
Sorry. My words, actually, I've got 2. Proud and thankful. Proud because of, proud of my oldest son. This year, I rang earlier before. He ran the New York Marathon, raising money for the Little Children's, for the Little Heroes Foundation, and thankful for for my family and friends that I have. Wouldn't be anywhere without them, and love them all dearly. So I'm very thankful for that. And for my 3 gorgeous grandchildren that we were blessed with. They're the light of our life. So they're really, really, really thankful for that. And Dave, while I'm there, I was listening to you with the reminiscing of the Central Market where they had the 2 bags for $5 at the time. I remember
bag
very
or 3
well.
for 2.
Yes. The initiation for me was when when my family migrated to Australia in 1967. So my mum's first initiation of Australia was going to the market. Every Saturday morning was the ritual. My mum and my 2 brothers and I, we would go off there, and our treat for being good, for helping mum and everything, was a little bag of Charlesworth nuts.
Beautiful.
Oh, yum.
Being Italian too, Maria, back then there weren't that many places where you could get all your mortadella and your coppa and your pancetta and everything that you just take for granted as an Italian cook.
You got it right. And I remember my mum, God rest her, because I lost both my parents. My mum very young and my dad 3 years ago. She had the little shopping trolleys, the little bags on wheels there. And we used to catch the bus to go into the market, and it was the old red, they used to call them the red hens.
Yeah.
My God, that was a trip and a half. But we really look forward to going to the market every Saturday morning.
Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, nothing beats it.
Nice to have those traditions.
Certainly
Friday morning, some people come Saturday mornings. But good news, on Christmas Eve, you can even come on a Sunday morning this year.
What are you doing for Christmas, Liz? You got plans yet?
I am going up to my parents' farm at Clare.
Clare would be a nice place to spend Christmas.
It's beautiful up there. I'll be sleeping a lot, hopefully.
Yeah.
And coming back on Boxing Day to fill in the other 3 days.
What's the
before New
go-to
Year's.
sort of dish in the Loken, the must-have Loken household Christmas? Is there a famous dessert or a...
I always make a pavlova.
Yeah, right, okay.
I can't make anything except a pavlova.
No, it's like you just think you can't.
No, I know I can't, but I've never failed a pavlova yet.
What about Daryl? He didn't think he could paint 2 years ago. Now he's painting
Well, that's true.
Taylor Swift portraits.
That is true. Oh, we always have a cold roast.
Pavlova's kind of tricky. To get a pavlova right, like you don't want it dry, you don't want it mushy. You got to get it in between, don't you?
The trick is leaving it in the oven to cool down with the door shut. The second you open the door, the temperature changes and it cracks.
Well, there's a lot of science going on there. So I put it to you, Lucy, that if you can cook a pavlova, you can cook well, you don't even need to cook a trifle. You just need to assemble a trifle.
You'd think I could assemble that, but still
you
no.
Do that stand on your head.
Speaking of food, if you love your food, the good news continues for you on 5AA, because Angie McBride today, just after 3 o'clock, will have Chris Jarmer in studio, no doubt doing a Christmas-themed goodie.
I know what it is.
5AA Food and Wine Show.
Chris just sent me a text before. It is roast duck.
Roast duck?
With cherry glaze.
Yum.
Look at that. How festive.
Very festive. If you want to listen to Chris's recipe for roast duck with the cherry glaze, then pop down and grab some cherries this weekend here at the Central Markets. But the 5AA Food and Wine Show, all thanks to Smeg and Powell's. You can taste the difference with Smeg and Powell's. Coming up shortly, we get to announce a winner of our Mount Lofty competition all week.
Oh, yeah.
For people getting on air and having a chat. They are in the running to win a 2-night stay at Mount Lofty. So if you manage to be on air this week, listen up. We might be giving you a phone call in a minute and announcing your name.
You've got about a 1 in 800,000 chance of winning. Well, we haven't
right.
had that many calls. I'm exaggerating slightly.
It is 8:50. We will be here for another 10 minutes, but first, let's get to your traffic.
Thanks, Lucy. At Brad Hill Creek, a couple of breakdowns to look out for, including a smoking truck on the side of the freeway just near the Meestays Bridge. Got a lane closed at Lockleys for works, Henley Beach Road near Rolls Road. Slow at the moment at Dry Creek, Salisbury Highwood and Wingfield interchange, and getting busy south road at Theberton. You find cameras Kesters Road, Para Hills West and Murray Streets at Gawler. Enjoy exceptional savings on Mercedes-Benz demonstrator models and a 4.99% comparison rate when you finance with Mercedes-Benz Financial. Limited time, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Want to end the year on a high? Grab an outstanding deal from Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. The huge end-of-year stock clearance sale is on now, and every new and demo Volkswagen is priced to clear. So, get in early and pick your dream Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. Easy. All stock is ready for immediate delivery with easy finance options available. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's end-of-year stock clearance sale. Ends soon, so hurry. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
This festive season, find thoughtful gifts for everyone on your list at Maya, with 30% off the original price of luggage and 15% off Bose, Garmin, Fitbit, JBL and Polaroid. Limited time subject to availability. Exclusions and conditions apply.
Maya, my store.
Beat the heat with great deals on air conditioners now at Harvey Norman. Need to cool a small room? Grab a Rinnai reverse cycle split system from only $779. Energy efficient Mitsubishi Electric 3.5 kilowatt reverse cycle split system, great price, $1,299. Or perfect for big spaces, Fujitsu 7.1 kilowatt split system, great value, $2,199. Head in store for more great deals on air conditioners and ask our friendly staff about installation options. Beat the heat now at Harvey Norman.
It's Christmas time at Derringer's with Yamaha's premium range of acoustic and electric guitars, digital pianos, acoustic and electronic drums. Christmas packs now available. Give the gift of music this Christmas with Yamaha and Derringer's. Ho, ho, ho.
Get great value Christmas dishes for every budget at Coles. Like Coles RSPCA approved whole chicken was $5.50, now down to just $4.50 a kilo. That's great value hands down at Coles.
Live from Adelaide Central Market, this is 5AA's Summer Breakfast. David Penberthy and Lucy Loken.
Bit of Mariah Carey there to get you up and about.
Your favourite song, Dave?
I love it.
Your absolute favourite song. We are here at the Central Markets. Please pop down before 3 o'clock this afternoon and come and buy some Christmas goodies. Dave and I will be here for another 10 minutes.
It's up there with television's Marquee Moon as one of the greatest songs of all time.
Oh, I agree with you. It also features on an incredible film, fondly known as Love Actually.
Oh, that film's garbage.
We won't enter that debate just yet. I mentioned just before the break that if you'd called in and managed to get on air with us this week, you were in the running to win a 2-night stay at Mount Lofty with an incredible breakfast package.
This is good.
We had a lot of wonderful calls over the week, and it's all random draw. We literally put your names into a hat. And
totally random.
Totally random, pulled out a caller.
We used the time-honoured 5AA shoebox for this one.
Copper bowl.
The COVID-safe copper bowl.
The COVID-safe copper bowl came out again. I'm just wondering if we've got Rose from North Haven on the line.
Hello.
What about that drum roll? Rose, are you there? Good morning to you.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Congratulations, Rose. You are off to Mount Lofty House for a 2-night stay.
Hello.
What about that, Rose?
Hello.
Hello.
Did you hear what we said, Rose?
No.
You... This is going extremely well.
Rose, you are off to Mount Lofty House for a 2-night staycation on behalf of us.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's the best present I could have. My dog's nearly dead, and my friend died in a freak accident. So, thank you so much. I couldn't
Rose, you sound like you've had a few travails there. This will cheer you up.
Yes, it will. Okay, thank you so much.
No, it's a wonderful spot.
Yeah.
That's all right,
Yes,
Rose.
yeah.
There will be some T's and C's with it, like the days of the week that you've got to pick from, but it is included breakfast, dinner and a spa massage voucher. So please enjoy your staycation at Mount Lofty House.
Good on you, Rose.
Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to you and all the listeners.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas to you, Rose, and thanks for calling. Thanks to everybody who's called during the year, because the show would not be the same without you, our excellent listeners.
And in great news, I believe we're running it next week as well. So I'll be on air
really?
next week in breakfast. If you give us a ring next week, you will go in the running to win another 2-night stay at Mount Lofty House. We are just down here at the Central Market. It is loud. There are coffee machines going. People are buying things left, right and centre.
Bit of whooping and hollering going on.
Just a few things for the markets they would love you to know. All the development works are going on, but the main core Central Market that we know and love is still steamrolling on ahead. But if you can't get here, the market is offering home delivery and click and collect throughout the whole Christmas period. More than 4,000 products on the online store. And it'll be packed up and delivered to your door if you need it. You can park with UPark. There are up to 3 hours of free parking here on Saturdays and Sunday, the 24th and the 31st at the Grote Street entrance especially. The extended shopping hours, we've mentioned they are open on Christmas Eve until 3 p.m. and New Year's Eve. Some traders, they're not usually open on a Sunday, but they're doing God's work and opening on Sundays.
Doing it on a Sunday.
And back by popular demand, I'm excited about this one, Flinders Gin. They will be the producer in residence from December the 18th to December the 31st. So they always have a producer here that comes in at a special time of the year, and this festive season it is Flinders Gin. So please make sure to pop down and see them.
Hopefully they've got a liquor licence too to do that. Not like that time Will and I attracted the attention of the constabulary in the form of the excellent Grant Stevens when we were giving away strawberry margaritas here without a liquor licence.
Yeah,
we thought it was funny and we didn't know it was illegal. Surprisingly, neither of those things stand up in a court of law as a defence.
We're about
as the Commissioner pointed out.
We're about to award a seafood tray winner, but we're just going to sneak in one more call. James in Collinswood, what is your word to sum up the year?
It might be turning to David's story then, but it's consequential, and it's as a result of, and we look worldwide at Hamas and the consequences of that. We look locally at the decisions of individuals and road toll, but then on a positive note, the consequences of my actions to retire this year have opened up my life and made it stress-free. We've bought a new apartment, which has been fantastic. And my daughter, the consequences of her action are that I have a beautiful granddaughter.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you, James. What a lovely phone call to wrap up the show.
Fantastic.
David, have we got a seafood tray winning in mind? Seafood tray today thanks to FIVEAA Seafood at stall 12.
We have a whole stack of people who are well and truly on the short list. Spastars, they say in Greece. That was the sound of something being broken in the background. Good luck in some cultures. But there can only be one winner. And today, great friend of the program, frequent contributor. I can't remember him ever winning anything either. Scott from Modbury. His word, and this was a bit like, what is it in Citizen Kane? Rosebud. Nobody really knows what rosebud means. Well, Scott's word of the year is Blanchetown. And it's a place where him and one of his best mates like to go fishing. And he picked Blanchetown because he says everybody needs their happy place, their place to escape and chill out. So, Blanchetown, we hope you all find your Blanchetown. Everybody needs a Blanchetown, Liz. It's good. It's got a really sort of poetic quality to it, I reckon. So, you are the winner of the excellent seafood tray, Scott, courtesy of our great friends at Samtas.
Nope, fair seafood.
Fair Seafoods, of course. Get in, they're brand new and they're brilliant. Fair Seafoods. We just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes.
And Luce, great working with you. You'll do a great job next week. And I'll see you all in late January when I return, possibly sporting as a part of moustache.
Possibly returning, I think we should say. You are going to Mexico, but...
Don't say possibly returning.
Thank you to all
what could possibly go
our
wrong?
wonderful listeners for coming down to the markets this morning. Of course, 5AA is just on air right throughout the Christmas season and further into 2024. David, have a wonderful Christmas.
Yeah,
and
get into the market. Get into Fair Fish. Their seafood is sensational.
Thank you, guys. 9 o'clock news, followed by Graham Goodings, up next.
For nearly 40 years, no one has done certified used cars quite like Steinborner Automotive, with dedicated yards including SA's best range of commercials loaded and ready to go, including SA's only dedicated